Simp alert! Simp! 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 Simp!
All right, fellas, today we're talking about how real strength means lifting people up, supporting LGBTQ folks, supporting feminism. Those are powerful choices. What we don't want to be is a toxic man like this guy here, AB Media 83.
Hey, guys. Got him! Why would we be doormats for our moms and other girls?
Yeah, you're a weak male, mister.
We ain't trying to end up like that.
For real.
Man, you hear how he broke that down?
Yeah. Look, at least AB Media 83 is not gonna sit here and lie in our face.
Straight facts.
For real, he keeps it 100.
That's why we watch it.
I choose the bear. I feel safer with the bear. When are you going to pay my rent?
When are you going to live in reality?
I choose the bear!
Lord, bless this food I'm about to receive. Amen. Amen. Amen.
What's happening? What's going on? Kevin was right! Winter is coming and we don't have a man! Oh my God.
What in the all types of blue hell?
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
What's good, everybody? AB Media 83 here, and welcome to Colosseum Night. Tonight, the fight for black boys has begun. The fight for black boys is here. Do you guys want somebody like this clown teaching your boys?
All right, fellas, today we're talking about how real strength means lifting people up, supporting LGBTQ folks, supporting feminism. Those are powerful choices. What we don't want to be is a toxic man like this guy here, AB Media 83.
Hey, guys. Got him! Why would we be doormats for our moms and other girls?
Yeah, you're a weak male,
We
mister.
ain't trying to end up like that.
For real.
Man, you hear how he broke that down?
Yeah. Look, at least AB Media 83 is not gonna sit here and lie in our face.
Straight facts.
For real, he keeps it 100.
That's why we watch it.
Yeah, do you honestly want FD Signifier talking to these boys? Or would you prefer somebody like me talking to these boys?
Yeah, let's go. Move on, black man, it's your time now. Be the kings you were meant to be, take the crown. Grow your business, let your creativity shine bright. Do what God has made you to do, and step into your own true light. Move on, black man, it's your time now. Be the kings you were meant to be, take the crown. Grow your business, be creative, shine so bright. Do what God has made you to do, and step into your light.
That's just one of my AI rap creations. But do you want somebody like FD Signifier teaching our boys how to navigate through life? Or would you prefer somebody like BGS, like Dr. T, like Mr. Z, like Charles? Shout out to Charles, he's live now. You want somebody like them teaching your boys? I actually popped a question in the chat, but let me play this one more time just so you can get the idea of who the establishment wants your boys to learn from.
All right, fellas, today we're talking about how real strength means lifting people up, supporting LGBTQ folks, supporting feminism. Those are powerful choices. What we don't want to be is a toxic man like this guy here, AB Media 83.
Hey, guys. Got him! Why would we be doormats for our moms and other girls?
Yeah, you're a weak male,
We
mister.
ain't trying to end up like that.
For real.
Man, you hear how he broke that down?
Yeah. Look, at least AB Media 83 is not gonna sit here and lie in our face.
Straight facts.
For real, he keeps it 100.
That's why we watch it.
Choice is yours. But we're not done. You think FD has our best boys' interests in mind? Let's go take a look at what he's doing on Bad Faith, Brianna Joy Gray's YouTube channel.
Giggle once every 3 to 6 months. I giggle at the idea.
Every solar eclipse.
Yeah, right. But the realness of marriage is gamification. It's just like having someone that's like a really cool Call of Duty teammate.
Peace, good brother. Art.
Except Call of Duty lobby is life. The children are the other players. It's a gamification of like, okay, how do we manage life? How do we?
Yeah, and in this stream, they're talking about dating is dead and the so-called male loneliness epidemic.
Grow together.
Keywords, so-called.
How?
Oh, by the way, I'm so lonely. I'm so alone. I'm so depressed. Anyway.
How do I adjust from the biggest advice I tend to give people is understanding that the person you meet is not the person you marry. The person you marry is not the person you have children with. The person you have children with is not the person you raise children with. You know what I'm saying? Who are you going to be during bouts of financial stress, of ideological and emotional change, of sick parents? So I didn't have much of a Valentine's Day this weekend because on one end, I was working on this huge project and it kind of like blew up at the last second to kind of kill any real grand plans to make. And then the plans we did have were canceled because her dad is sick. And so we've kind of just not had the opportunity to do much. And so like, you know, the person you marry, the person you meet on Tinder or whatever is not the person you walk into the hospital room with when your parents are dying, you know? And so it's a constant. That's why I said the yearning is real, because at a certain point, I always talk about, you know, one of us is going to suddenly go this way.
Yeah.
And you have to like yearn your way back into being parallel with that person. So yeah.
You know, I take both you and Cameron's point that life is big and hard and heavy and messy more frequently than it isn't. And that partnership can be a boon through those times, helpful, ameliorating to your grievances and your grief. And you speak, FD, about the changes in your partner over time, and that the person that you meet isn't the person you parent with, and on and on and on. And I'm reading that against the broader backdrop of this discourse that's been ongoing for well over a year now about the male loneliness epidemic.
What male loneliness epidemic, Brianna?
And I am curious about how it seems to be at a time when people's grievances are...
Sweetheart, bless your heart. You're asking FD about male loneliness, really?
Are more broadly felt, perhaps, because of the state of the world, because of the state of the economy, because of the excesses of the Trump administration, and the ICE raids, and the...
Hey, what's going on, Brian?
Who the hell is this bitch?
This is Brianna Joy Gray. I actually like some of her content, but she's such a waste of pretty.
I will be nice. She's such a waste of a few things.
That it seems people are increasingly detached and unable to find partnership that might be helpful as we manage all of this. And so I want to come back to you, Cameron, as our resident youth, to give you an opportunity to opine on what you think is...
Once again, do you want this guy on the right teaching your boys?
Hell No.
Happening here. Wait, actually, before I do that, Issa, I want to bring you into this conversation because
Don't do that.
you, what is, we didn't get to you in your relationship status.
Let's speed this up a little bit.
Yeah, I am seeing someone. I don't know how much I want to talk about the specifics of it, but
worries.
Yeah, I'm.
And there's the point. There's
always
the problem
forever
right
yearning,
there.
and I really echo a lot of what was said before, and then now my brain is kind of pinging off of what you were talking about. And I think what I was excited for this conversation is I do think that we need to start contextualizing some of the attachment, male loneliness conversations and the gender conversations within a broader context, a political context.
Why?
And I think I brought her up last time, but I'm a really big fan of, she's now passed on, but Lauren Berlant, who is a social theorist who talked a lot about this. And she has a lot of work about it, but she has her biggest text is called Optimism. And she talks about the good life as an example, but she basically talks about are the objects of our desire as kind of obstructions of the.
Before we continue, let's because this is probably going to get depressing. Let's talk about a little sports for a minute. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I know you don't give a shit, but are we really about to engulf the Bears?
Yeah. See, this is the best way I can describe the Bears situation.
Okay.
Even though the great matriarch has passed on, they're still feeling the McCaskey stench. Because Virginia McCaskey fucked that team up beyond recognition. Even with what they achieved this year, even with their Super Bowl victory, in which that should have been a dynasty. I'm saying it here. It should have been a dynasty, but no, the McCaskies had to fuck around and find out when they started losing people. And by the way, the dismantling of that 85 team is the reason Walter Payton walked away 2 years later. He was dismantling that Super Bowl team. Peyton wanted another championship, and when he saw the direction the team was going, he said, fuck a whole lot of you, and retired.
Oh, he said, I'm out, huh?
He said, I'm gone. He said, fuck this shit, I'm out. You lose McMahon.
Look, do you understand why I'm fixated on this? I'm like, wait, the Chicago Bears are going to become the Indiana Bears?
Instead of me saying, "Are you kidding me?" All I gotta play is, and
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
You really can't.
You can't make this up. Just like FD fat ass simplifier and what he does. You can't make that up.
All right, let's try to get back to it.
Hold on, time out. Just for the bloody hell of it, when you asked me the question about the Chicago Bears moving to Hammond, Indiana, and the biggest reason they're moving.
Oh, it's not Gary? Okay. I thought it was Gary.
I've been told Hammond, I've been told Gary. I simply don't give a fuck either way. You know why? Because they fucked up Soldier Field. They fucked up Soldier Field by building the stadium within the columns too goddamn fast. And now, and on top of that, here's the fact that people don't realize about the Chicago Bears. They don't own their own stadium.
Oh.
You know who owns Soldier Field?
Who owns Soldier Field?
The Chicago Park District.
Okay.
That's the biggest reason all this shit's going on. The Bears want more money from the sale of their games because they don't get, I believe, they don't get the gate from the fans that come in. So they're losing money. Third largest market in the country, and you would think the Bears would have enough to buy off the Chicago Park District. Tell them, look, we are owning this stadium. Fuck you and the rest of your contingency. But no, they don't want to do that. They're too. And I had to learn this lesson the hard way from a personal level. They're too busy being a goddamn people pleaser to tell them, fuck you. We're buying Chicago Stadium. Fuck. Soldier Field from you.
Mm-hmm.
That is the biggest contention. The Bears do not own Soldier Field. And they waited too long to try to buy the motherfucker.
Crazy. Let's get back to it.
Are actual flourishing, and she gives a lot of examples of the social conditioning of attraction, but also kind of to what your point is, Brianna, of like, I think some of those conversations are being had without what you just said, the context of like what is actually at play that's producing some of that loneliness. And I think the danger is when we're not naming that, the conversations around solutions or around how to think about these things is also really atrophying, where it's like, what's up with men? And then, I mean, even some of the conversations I saw on this show before, like sometimes I hear a lack of accountability in like the dating conversations, and because there's a lot of pain and there's a lot of loneliness.
I am too old for this bullshit.
Yeah, I am too.
Across all gendered experiences right now, and so then I feel like we're getting caught up in a conversation that.
Oh, by the way, check out my earlier stream. I did a piece on the late great Jesse Jackson.
I missed it, and I'm sorry I missed it. I will be sure to check it out.
Well, that's fine. It achieved what I needed to achieve. I made some money, ate money, and I pissed but her blew off.
Good.
Smaller than what we're actually feeling,
good.
Which is like, to take a Lauren Berlant context,
yeah,
like
government made money off of our asses for way too long.
And so those expectations play out in messy ways in our romantic lives, where we're like expecting certain things from a partner because we're not getting certain things in our daily life, like healthcare, or like since I've been in New York, I cannot.
Just a side note, Jesse Jackson was a great man. He was very flawed. He actually, I say this all the time, he earned the name Messi Jackson.
Mm-hmm. He did.
That being said, he was not in any stretch of imagination a sellout. But since a certain individual came into my chat earlier in the week, complaining that I wasn't covering Jesse Jackson.
Oh no!
I decided to make the title "Was Jesse Jackson Sellout?" And of course, on the stream, my answer was no. No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. Was he flawed? Yes.
Not even by any stretch of imagination. In fact, I'm going to be upfront. If the Democrats had actually adopted some of Jesse Jackson's policies properly, Trump would have never won the first time. Oh, by the way, guess who Bernie Sanders got his policies from? Yes, that's right.
Correct.
Jesse Jackson. Oh, but unlike Bernie Sanders, Jesse Jackson, I actually did talk about reparations. Oops,
correct. You're absolutely.
Not believe the rent that people are paying here with the.
And one more thing, considering Jesse Jackson. Considering
what? I didn't hear your question. Guess who? What? I didn't hear you.
No. I was going to say, considering Jesse Jackson was an outsider, he actually did pretty well in the Democrat primary.
He sure did.
He ran in 84 and 88. He came in third in 84. To be perfectly honest, I'm kind of glad he didn't win that election, given how badly the Democrats got their ass whooped in that election. That was
they got roasted in 1984.
That was the Reagan massacre. I call it the Reagan massacre.
And everybody knew that. Now, I didn't give a shit in 1984. I was nothing but a child at the time, and everybody was talking shit around me.
I was still a toddler, so now you think I feel.
Look, I was told 2 lessons: go to school, get your education. And Dad gave me a third one: don't worry about shit else outside that school. You let us worry about that.
But a lot of the things these lefties, yes, they are lefties. All 4 of them are lefties. Prop up came directly from Jesse Jackson. Single payer health care, non-intervention wars, all promoted by Jesse Jackson in 1984 and 1988.
That's right. He did run again in 88.
And he came, and believe it or not, he did better. He won 11 primaries, state primaries, and he came in second in 88.
What is it about the even years, man?
And
you know what? You know what?
I am too old for this bullshit.
Wait,
yeah, and that was the year Poppy Bush won in '88.
Once again,
I am too old for this bullshit.
And I remember that election in 1980.
Yeah, the sad part, the sad part is he lost to the dude that decided to put himself in a tank and look stupid. Talking about Michael Dukakis.
That means shit in any language.
There's just something that just feels highly unsustainable about it. And it really makes sense that people partner too quickly here, right? So like that is another example where like people get into relationships really fast. And I'm like, wow, now that I'm here, I really understand that. Like it's kind of becoming like an economic necessity, but then you can imagine how that creates too much pressure on an early relationship, right? And the pacing that is required, FD, to your point, that like relationships are also work in the sense of labor, and there's a certain negotiation that needs to happen that I feel like is getting accelerated when it's like, yo, boo, move in. Rent is crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
I like, you know.
Sometimes
Okay,
I think that
time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi, my name is Brian. Who are you? My name is Jody. Do you like me? Yes, I do. Do you like me? Yes, I do. Let's work out something.
That quickly, huh?
We met in July. We were dating by September. And by Halloween, I moved in.
Okay.
We loved each other that much. What's the fucking problem?
I have to be more economically insecure to be partnered. I know that sounds like
You're insecure, period.
Say more. Okay. As you can imagine, I have a version of this conversation frequently. I happen to live in a building where a lot of us are friends, and we're all single and age peers, and we hang out a lot, and we're all having this conversation constantly. It's like an adult dorm.
Big problem. Big problem. That's a problem bigger than the Cleveland Browns quarterback situation.
Yeah, but actually, let's let her finish.
Mm-hmm. And we are constantly asking the why. There's like the unspoken thing in the room is like, we're all single and live in the same building. Why aren't we all together? Like there's like a lot of
a single woman. I wonder what color they are anyway.
Weird. Okay, but we're always having this conversation. And
do you think at least like one of you guys, one of the people here is like trying to slowly egg everybody into a polycule?
I do. I don't know anything.
There's no way one of the people is
I think
like,
it's
you know,
great.
if I just tip the scale a little bit in these conversations and go, gee,
Our hangs get later and later.
Isn't it crazy? We're all single right now.
The massage circle starts. Things
no, they're gonna listen to this. No, it's me being so clueless that I'm the one, as everyone's half naked sitting around my apartment, not realizing what the vibe is, talking about, should I make another round of popcorn? No, I think what has come out of these conversations, okay, I think that we are all similarly socioeconomically yoked, as evidenced by the fact that we all live in the same building, right? We're all approximately paying the same rent. And we were having this conversation, and there was one outsider in the group, like a friend of a friend, and he was the only one that was married. And I asked, hey, how did this happen? And so often when how did you manage this? And so often when I talk to
people, you just explained how it happened, Snowman. But anyway,
people, it is they ended up permanently partnered because they wanted to have children. They were coming to an age where they needed to have children more or less quickly. They might not have wanted to have.
I'm just saying, you explained how it happened. I mean, they're making this difficult for no damn reason.
But look. Me and Jody get ridiculed on an almost daily basis on how quickly we got together. And it really came down to the simple point. Do you love me? Yes. Do you love me? Yes. Why don't we move in together? And Jody said, I want you to move in by Thanksgiving. This is 2018. I want you to move in by Thanksgiving because I don't want to do long distance. She lived in Terre Haute. I lived in Michigan City.
Okay.
And given what I was going through at the time, which was me being homeless, I'm like, fuck it. Been together 8 years.
A child, but someone ended up pregnant and they decided that they loved each other and wanted to keep it. And so they got married as a consequence. There's some story of housing insecurity and people moving in with each other, as you described, Issa. Somebody was long distance, someone was moving, and so they went ahead and just bit the bullet because, there was some external pressure. And in contrast to that, if everyone's comfortable and living on their own independent rooms, even if they're right next door or one floor up or down for another. The incentive to
Basically, what Brianna Joy is trying to tell y'all, she basically lives in an apartment an apartment complex of.
I'm independent.
Fuck you. You beat me to it.
Yep.
She lives in a she basically, BGS, you'll be proud of me, lives in a gynocratic apartment complex.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
She basically lives in a gynocratic apartment complex where they ask each other,
You like that? You like that?
in a relationship.
If I'm not mistaken, she lives in DC, so it's probably a expensive complex too.
Oh Lord.
Dwindles, because as is, you can just go over to the other person's house, have dinner, go up a floor, go to a party, go up to the roof, be in the pool, and then come down and continue to live your life.
Such a unique situation. That's so unique.
I know.
So it
and
sounds like it's already
after all of that, I'm saying,
Let's go.
Also, she's an insider, so it's probably an expensive apartment too.
I feel like what feels really unique about that to me is like when you're describing that, I think of so many of my single friends who are doing really well for themselves and they live in these great, like super curated apartments and they're very alone and they don't have your situation where they have that neighborliness, the polycoolness. Sure. And so they're just really isolated in their dope apartment. And there's something kind of sad about that I think dovetails with what I was trying to explain too around, yeah, like maybe external pressure, accelerating timelines, not ideal, but I also think the opposite isn't ideal. And I think it has a lot to do with like, no matter what your political positions are, it's easy to fall into this sense of like, I'm doing well, like I'm achieving this like great apartment or these metrics of success that you can have like a intellectual beef with. But at the end of the day, it can still lead to more alienation. You are lucky that you're not in that situation, but.
And there are people in my building who I know do feel alienated, right? Like despite having a lot of like interpersonal relationships, they're still craving something more. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh no, I never have interest in romance anymore. But I have sort of been cooling my jets and have been having a good time cooling my jets because I don't feel a sense of urgency the way I did when I was younger. Because like
BGS talks about this all the time. They think they have all the time in the world to get into relationships. She fell for the she drank the Kool-Aid. She thought
hold up.
Oh, I can always start a relationship.
Hold
I can
the fuck up.
Relationship and having kids later in my 30s and 40s. By the way, she just turned 40. Anyway.
Wait. She never mind. Continue.
The why of it. Like the why of it is harder.
I want to build on that, but I also wanted to ask, hopefully without getting too lurid, and feel free to let me know this is a barrier. I didn't hear anything about intimacy.
Look,
and I know that
word is ass.
Literal physical intimacy
I know
is a universal thing for everyone in their walks of lives, but it is still, for the most part, a thing people crave. I'm actually, one of my next projects is going to be on pornography consumption. And I know that with the younger generations, which I'm kind of still struggling to like make sense of. I got to dive into the research. Maybe y'all have insight that corrects me. But it seems like the younger generation is on one end having way less sex, and on the other end, and people like to make it seem like the Gen Z is prudish, which I feel like I've witnessed somewhat. Like I've had Gen Zs in my, like I mentioned going to the strip club, and I have Gen Zs in my comment section like, oh my God, you're at the strip club. I'm like, I live in Atlanta. I've been here for 20 years. That's something, so just cultural touchstone to a lot of folks.
Give me this button.
Wait a minute. You in the strip club and you married, bro? Oops.
You in this, like I said, give me this button.
As far as young men looking at for pornography, the sexual energy has to go somewhere. Duh.
But at the same time, also the Gen Z and younger.
Hold on a minute, AB. Hold on a minute. I think one of our favorite phrases reads as follows, quote, for every dummy, there's a dummy. Dummy.
By the way, I got about 16 watching. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the Cash App, support the show. Hit the Super Chat, support the show.
Doing pornography, and that pornography is everywhere now. Like I had to retrain. I'll click one thirst trap on Instagram when I first like opened the app because I never used Instagram before becoming a creator, and I was like, oh, that's I like that. Okay, cool. And then like for the next like 18 months, I couldn't use the search.
Oh, I thought you said you were posting thirst traps, and I was like,
not
yeah, dude.
Oh gosh, the horror! No, don't say it. Oh,
He's definitely
That's fucking right. Drop
He needs to be
not yet,
kicked
not
off
yet.
the
That's
channel
another
for
video in
that
the
right
future.
now.
That's the only fan
Sony is
channel.
going to be like, pull the selfies, pull
Right,
the selfies.
right.
We own all rights.
But
I'm on record. I don't look at Instagram models like that because, quite frankly, I'm too well trained in Photoshop for that shit. I know half the pictures are fake.
Yep.
But yeah, it just like, so intimacy and romance don't have to be connected, but they tend to. And so when I hear a lot of people kind of absconding from the dating arena, does that mean that this is also a rise in self-gratification activity across the board, or are people working out situationships? Like, what are the children doing? What are y'all doing?
Basically, they you've met because of feminism, you've made dating impossible. So a lot of your young boys are going MGTOW and doing their own thing. That's basically that. That basically answers this question.
Oh damn!
I know he's not calling me. I know that's not
By the way, the links in the chat and pinned to the top if you want to come up.
interesting me. Here, let me put some stats on this and give you time to collect yourself for a second, Cameron.
Wait,
I just looked
that was directed at me?
Name is
I'm
Cameron.
the children. I'm the children.
FD sympathizer. Name is Cameron.
Cameron's eyebrows have been working overtime. You've been like,
that was to everyone. That was to everyone who was
we're the
dating.
children. We're the children.
We
are the world.
I'm 43.
I am
So-
39.
I am too old.
I'm 40. So
Okay, I guess it's just you, Cameron. You have to answer for all Gen Z.
We are definitely not children.
All right.
I just assumed everybody was younger. My bad.
Oh damn! I have to claim him. Shit. He said he's 43. I'm the same age. Damn! I have to claim him.
I'm sorry. I'm 10 years older than you.
Yeah. Well, at least you don't have to claim him.
I wouldn't claim him even if I was the same goddamn age.
I'm so fucking sick of hearing about the goddamn male loneliness epidemic. All right, everybody's lonely. Men are just the ones being fucking babies about it. And I'm
Huh?
Say that
Boy?
again.
Boy, who you talking to? Oh boy. Okay.
Sit down, Waldo.
being dudes. Oh my god, you're lonely. All right, stop being
Come on, Snowman. That's an insult to Waldo.
fucking crazy.
I know that, but I couldn't help
know
it.
Zoomer dudes, and I keep very wokeified circles of Zoomer dudes, and Zoomer dudes are still nuts. Like social.
So are you. Have you ever taken a look in the goddamn mirror?
Excuse me, young man. Nobody asked you.
Social media drove us so insane, and all these guys are like, "Gee, why don't women want to fuck us?" And I'm like, "Look in the fucking mirror. Like, are you joking?"
Why don't you take your advice?
With you?
Hold on, wait. This little incident right here requires
Simp alert! Simp!
Fuck you again. You beat me to it.
And by the way, I'll say this to a guy who's attractive. I wouldn't want to fuck you. Your room looks like shit. You're vaping in bed at 6:30 a.m.
Oh my god, so real.
Watching.
Can I get the alert again?
TikToks until 3.
Can we get the alert again, please?
Yes, you can. Good Lord.
Simp alert! Simp!
Yeah, you're not focusing on your fucking career at all. Like, I hate to be an auntie, but seriously, you gotta act like an adult. You gotta act
Simp
like a serious
alert!
person.
Simp!
Zoomer dudes,
Simp!
myself included in certain
Simp!
ways, are not
Simp!
acting like serious people.
Simp!
And people aren't
Simp!
gonna want to fuck you if
Simp!
you don't act like a person.
Simp!
Okay, but devil's advocate. A couple of things.
Oh my gosh.
So this is real. A Vice article that just came out on February 17th is titled "Gen Z isn't having sex; they're doing this instead." Clickbait title. But
Not everybody in Gen Z is having sex. We can't make these broad, sweeping statements now.
Not having sex was the
not having sex. Gen Z isn't having sex; they're doing this instead.
Again,
And the
a lot of people in Gen Z. Some people in Gen Z, some people in Gen Z are doing just fine. Thank you.
Okay, Cameron. Cameron Cole.
But what are they doing though? That's a good clickbait right there. So what are they doing?
I think they're having sex. I do think there's sex happening.
Oh, you mean per the Vice article, FD? They're sleeping. So the study says that 2,000 Gen Z adults were surveyed, and they found that 67% would pick a solid night of sleep over sex. Career security came next at 64%, then personal success at 59%, friendships at 50%, and alone time at 46%.
I'm sorry. I need
boy.
to now see the methodology behind this survey.
I mean, I would say that actually, I think that
is like I need to see a method section so I understand how this was
I think that that's totally like in that order. I would put friends first and then everything else completely in that order. It's just I also have sex.
Cameron, shut up.
Okay, so
I want to say, can I say just to make sure it's understood to the viewer, I'm kind of with Cameron on the male loneliness epidemic stuff.
Son, we don't believe you, but anyway,
that's kind of why I'm doing this ideating about this video about pornography. Another thing I get shown a lot is like pornography addiction stuff.
Yeah.
And I kind of don't think that's a real thing. And like I've already done enough research to show it's low key. It's low key. It is, but it's not. Right. And it is like a manifestation of a lot of this male loneliness stuff because everybody's lonely. A lot of the most dire statistics about men, about the suicide rate and all these things are so gendered partly because of like the frame through which masculinity is most commonly expressed in this country. So while I tend to have a lot of empathy for what that feels like, because it sucks to suck. I am annoyed by the weaponization.
It sucks to suck, huh? Have you taken a look at yourself?
In the political sense, especially now as we've seen it being taken up by the right as like a way for them to kind of like posture as caring about men while also doing everything possible to make.
Well, they're doing a better job than you jackasses.
Everything worse for everyone.
You guys think you reaching young men in general talking this bullshit? Really? And you wonder why Kamala Harris lost. Oops, I said that out loud.
Oh, it's always the women's fault. Everything is the women's fault. We're not getting laid, so it's the women's fault. We're not happy. You know, the misogynist fucking system into which we were raised.
I don't see Gen Z going around blaming. Well, the blame they're saying the women, you know, they don't want to be bothered with the women, but you know, it is the women's fault if they don't want to be bothered. The women ain't doing nothing to attract the men.
Convinces us at every single turn that we are failing to live up to our identity. Whose fault is that? Could that possibly be the men? No, it must be women and frankly marginalized people as a whole. That's
blah blah blah.
Blah 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 blah.
So young man, go sit in the corner. Please go. Just go sit in the corner.
And don't come out until we send for you.
Take a single fucking shred of accountability.
And yes, I am old enough to tell him that shit.
Well, I think also, sorry.
Go ahead.
I think something I've been thinking about that I would love everyone else's like feedback on is I think I'm also becoming allergic to the ways that discourse then creates identity and then it like calcifies it. And so it's like we're on this loop where we're just talking about the male loneliness epidemic and then the discourse is like, you know what I'm saying? It becomes.
So you spent about 15 years of their lives telling that women don't need men. Now you're complaining because they're not trying to date y'all?
Idiots.
This like meta loop where we're just discoursing our way through these identities and like it just feels like we're not even having an interesting conversation most of the time. And then people start to act upon the discourse and like play it out. And I just, whether it's being weaponized on the right or in liberal circles, like I just don't, it just feels stuck. It doesn't feel like an interesting, revealing conversation anymore.
Yeah, I agree. So go ahead.
I wonder why.
I'm not going to say the majority of the time, but a lot of times when people bring up the male loneliness epidemic, it's only for pity and not for productive, like engagement with what causes it, which Brianna brought up earlier. What we're talking about really is late capitalism's effect on, you know, dating, the family, you know.
Well, one of the things that caused it is an apartment full of single women.
Or apartment complex.
Self-identity, etc. And it's like nobody ever wants to go there, you know. Especially the people that.
By the way, I wouldn't be surprised if they are getting smashed in there, though. So
I wouldn't be
surprised. With the most fervor, you know, the red pill adjacent folks.
Here we go.
The bio.
Here we go.
The kind of weird bio.
But FD, not all of us are single. Some of us are married. Don't you know that?
Happily, mind you.
Is it biosensual? Not biosensualist. Like Scott Galloway types where it's like this libertarian engagement with like masculinity where they're using science that makes sense in the context, but they keep saying mating and unironically it's like
like evolutionary biology.
Yeah, evolutionary biology.
Scott Galloway is talking about mating.
Is that his name?
No, that's the deal. He does a lot of the male loneliness stuff. It's interesting though that when I pull up his specific clips, you know, that have gone viral, I don't necessarily find myself disagreeing with a lot of what he said. And it's curious, like he'll acknowledge, he'll say, I think what many of us would parrot on this panel, which is that there are socioeconomic realities that have changed, that change the sort of incentive structure for getting into a relationship. Men don't have the value add of offering financial support for, equality in the workplace style reasons.
Like I said, y'all played I'm independent. Now you got what you got.
And they haven't been acculturated or socialized to provide what women expect to provide in relationships, emotional support, EQ, running the household, childcare, all those sorts of things. So the bargain, the trade doesn't seem to be very equal. Men feel kind of worthless, and therefore we have he'll say things that don't sound dissonant.
He makes sense. He's just he's kind of a weird guy.
But it does feel sort of Jordan Peterson coded for reasons that I can't quite put my finger on.
And like, if you said the same thing in this voice, it would sound like it was him.
And like, you can make sense, but like, to what end? What is the date?
By the way, I got 22 watching. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the Cash App, support the show. Hit the Super Chat, support the show.
Are you not entertained?
Well, that is the question. And that's why it feels so much like blame, I think, when the conversation comes up. I mean, Cameron knows that previously when I dabbled in this topic on this episode, it was because, friend of the show, my former boss at The Intercept, Ryan Grimm, who is a great journalist over at Dropsite News and does a lot of great reporting, had ended up in a kind of Twitter back and forth with a very young woman, 18-year-old, recently out of high school, who had gone viral for being dubbed by the New York Post as Hot Girl for Zoran, because she was a pretty young girl who lied for Zoran. She didn't dub herself that. But they had gotten this back and forth because a third party, sorry to have to rehash this all, but a third party had tweeted something that Ryan felt was sort of dismissive of what men are going through. Basically saying, in response to a study that showed high school senior girls are less likely to be interested in marriage than high school senior boys at this point in time for the first time in history. This other reporter had tweeted, yeah, no big surprise, basically, take a look at the boys and you'll figure out very quickly what's going on. And Ryan thought that was sort of glib and unfair to high school boys. This high school girl, Ella Davi, piped in saying, well, I was recently a high school girl, and let me tell you about what all the boys have been doing and how crude they are and misogynistic and how they used our high school email addresses to sign us up for Pornhub accounts and all of this really gross stuff. And I thought when I brought them together on the podcast, it would yield a sort of softening and that Ryan being older and having daughters that weren't that much younger than Ella would sort of be willing to acknowledge that there was bad behavior on the part of boys, and they would be able to have a conversation about why that is and how to get everybody to where they need to be. And I don't want to mischaracterize the conversation. People can go back and listen to it for themselves. But I was both frustrated with how the conversation went and frankly with the audience's reaction to the conversation. So there are a lot of people out there who do feel like we are very, me personally, whomever, are too unsympathetic to what men are going through. But as they say that over and over again, you're too unsympathetic, I found myself asking, what exactly is it that you want me to say? Because I can say I'm sympathetic and I can say there are economic realities undergirding these behaviors that need to be addressed. I am a socialist. I don't think my bona fides are really under attack here. But what it feels to me sometimes like is that they want me to do something about it, place the onus on me to somehow accommodate somebody else's, like men doing.
I'm independent.
When we talk about this, a lot of people like to act like those socioeconomic
Tell me.
do not apply to women
What's
as well.
this gay?
Like, when people are saying, "Oh, these men are so lonely because
Stop a minute. Pause.
the job market's good for women," the fuck are you talking about?
We're so lonely. Anyway,
tell me, what is gay?
I'll leave it there.
It's the same exact thing. It's anything to skirt away from accountability. And please excuse me because the world's fucking smallest violin is on the other side of my apartment. But go cry about it. Like, maybe get your shit together and act like a normal person, dudes.
Okay. I want to
Take a look in the mirror, you asshole.
They want the hot liberal girls to fuck them. That's the thing I think was on the tip of your tongue about what do you want me to do about it? They want you
yeah, I do find Brianna hot, but if she doesn't find me attractive, it is what it is.
I'm just legitimately calling it how I see it. And what's funny is that I don't think I could be wrong. I don't think there's
you usually are
such a dearth of actual relationships and love happening in the world to involve the term crisis. Does that make sense? Like, I think we're talking about.
Oh boy, don't tell that to the higher ups because we have a population problem right now.
Maybe like a margin moving in one direction or another. There's definitely some differences in like the behavior.
And that right there is one thing they do not want to look at.
Output of certain behaviors, but I'm pretty confident a lot of the for the men that are vaping. You said vaping at 3:00 in the morning on TikTok. There are dudes that are probably improved. Like they probably have way more opportunities for romance than they would have had during my era because that percentage of guys that's just checked out of the dating arena But if you just check in as a normal guy, there's opportunities there. Am I wrong? I've been married for 20 years.
Yes, you are wrong. Nobody wants to go into a dating pool
You're
where
wrong, Daddy. You're wrong, Daddy. I'm sorry.
Ain't time to play that yet. But
okay.
Nobody wants to check into a dating scene where a chick is asking you to pay her rent on the first day.
Right.
Nobody's checking in on a dating scene where chicks are asking for you to pay for their nails on the first day.
Or a babysitter.
Nobody is. I personally am not checking into a dating scene where going to Ruth Chris and Cheesecake Factory is even thought about as a first date. That's just not going to happen.
You know, the first date Jody and I ever had, besides me covering the game at Northern Illinois, the first real date that Jody and I ever had, we went to Bob Evans. Called it a day.
Oh, Bob Evans down the farm.
On the farm.
I missed them hotcakes. Anyway,
me too, man. Me too.
I'm gonna offer
hotcakes and eggs used to be my breakfast.
Man,
this is dating advice for young people.
And that's what we had too.
Phenomenal advice. You're gonna thank me for it.
And that warm hot syrup.
The warm hot syrup, the hot chocolate, with the whipped cream on it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Make some friends.
Oatmeal wasn't bad too. You had to put a lot of sugar in it, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, you did. You did. You had to coat that oatmeal with sugar. But the hotcakes and eggs and the sausage. Winner chicken dinner.
That are girls.
Real.
Because if you can't be friends with a woman, you can't properly respect a woman. And if you can't properly respect a woman, she's going to be able to tell.
Boy, shut up.
Can we get the alert again, please?
Yeah.
Even if you're watching this, go to a guy's social media if you guys meet and just see if he has any pictures with other girls. That's a great tell.
Simp alert. Simp.
Like a civilized individual.
Simp.
All of the best decisions I've ever made were because I called like 12 other women first and whined about it because I'm an extremely angsty person. And they kind of help steer the ship. There's a council that I consult before I make these decisions. And my God, they've been right every time.
Well, I did. Well, Snowman, here's the funny part. I did have a picture of a woman in my Facebook profile at one time. There's just one problem. She tried to accuse me of stalking. So, yeah, that picture is not there anymore.
I have pictures of different women on my Facebook profile. One of them I'm married to, and the others are what came from her. They're called my children.
Yeah.
And in fact, they're called my daughters. Samantha.
Now, to be fair, there's a children's choir picture with me and my buddy, and there are a bunch of girls in there. But personally, if I'm not dating you or you're not a close friend or anything, you're not going to be on my Facebook.
Fuck a whole lot of you.
Yeah, no, boy, go sit down.
Time. Like, it is unbelievable how much better you are at dealing with situations that involve women when you have women in your life who you're not trying to sleep with. But dudes will so often act so fucking weird, and it's because women are othered to them. Like, women are considered this other fucking species. And that's not to say there aren't so many stark differences between individuals who identify as men and individuals who identify as women. I'm not suggesting that. But I am saying that within the social norms,
you can't make this shit up.
Yeah, there's fucking differences. And you need to learn how to relate to somebody of another gender if you're going to be able to have anything resembling a relationship that they actually want to be a part of. Like,
boy, I do this every 3 days. The majority of the techs at my dialysis center are black women. And most of them are married, so I can't touch them. And some of them are hot, some of them aren't. But still,
like
I'm not going to be lectured to by a little boy about emotional labor.
Don't know why I would be incentivized.
And I get along with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
To settle if I was a young woman right now. I would be much happier being single.
Some of them are hood rats. I still get along with them.
single, maybe letting Chapel Roan convert me, than I would be like fucking shacking myself up with some dude who doesn't even act like women are the same type of person.
I believe that is happening some places with some men. I have even maybe had a little bit of experience.
No, you don't.
Dating a little bit of in the Gen Z world myself, even at my big age.
Oh, she's dating younger dudes. Yeah, that makes sense because older dudes are not going to put up with her nagging.
That being said, it does feel. I remember when I was in my 20s, and there was this discourse around how it was hookup culture, and nobody wanted to date, and how this was a crisis. And there's a part of me that sort of resists the idea that there's anything new under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, I do feel. I don't know. Maybe you can help me with this, Cameron. Like, to what extent are these new factors, like how much more online people are with, I didn't have Instagram and barely had Facebook and stuff like that when I was younger. And wasn't able to live a whole social life just on my phone. I didn't have a smartphone until like law school. How much do you think that, you're able to
Yes, she's a lawyer. That's another reason not to date her. She'll talk you to death.
Mitigate real isolation through social media, and therefore you don't seek out new relationships? How much do you think the fact that the economy is so much worse than it was when I was graduating in 2007?
And shout out to Black Ooh, I took his advice. He said, "Never date never date a lawyer. Lawyer, you'll be miserable."
The precipice of the recession, but not quite yet, than it is now. I mean, do you really think those are having a material effect on people's willingness to partner, or is it something more holistic? Because Issa, we're age peers, and I've been dating pretty consistently this whole time, and yet I do feel like, even dating my own age peers, there does feel like sometimes this big question mark of what would make us choose each other permanently.
Mm-hmm.
Why would we love? Why would we get married?
Time.
Well, hookup culture is a fake.
Let me explain something. What's her name? Brianna. Okay, and she just asked the question: what would make someone choose someone of your own age range, or something to that nature, right? Okay. Dear Brianna, Jody and I are separated by 1 month. We are both 53 years old. We both met when we were 46 years old. Jody often makes the joke that she robbed the cradle. She was born in June. I was born in July. The point is, we are both happy with each other. Excuse me. And don't give 2/5 of a half of a flying fuck about the age. We knew what we were getting into.
And everybody has hooked up with each other all the time, forever. It's just
apparently not Gen Z.
Yeah, other than Gen Z, it's just a question.
Cameron's like, I'm fucking.
I can't speak to that, but no, I think that social media is just making us act with more antisocial behaviors as a whole. I don't think that only dating and hooking up and stuff. It's making people act weird in any sort of interpersonal interaction.
That's some bullshit.
The way that this has just turned our brains into fucking pudding is something that happens in the workplace. You read these articles about how Zoomers act in the workplace. I promise you, it's true. The way a lot of my young people friends talk about how they show up to work and how they interact with the other people with whom they work, I'm like, really? That sounds fucking weird. So social media going in and making us all janky and everything, absolutely, that's affected the way we date each other and the way we approach each other and things like that. I mean, people don't even really approach each other anymore, and that's another conversation.
I do.
Saying that, like, I was listening to an episode of Estelle Perel, who I enjoy, but whenever she gets a question about, I'm single and I don't want to be, and how do I meet someone, her advice always boils down to, when I was young, I would go sit on a park bench and people would just come and talk to each other. You should just go and sit on your park bench. And I'm like, Esther, what universe do you think we live in?
You just made her so like French. I love it. You go to the park bench. I was like, wow, she needs to see that clip. Yeah.
But it's like, it feels always deeply out of touch. I do think that apps can be a part of it. But even after years of being the most optimistic person about apps, I can't tell you how many long-term, multi-year boyfriend relationships, ex-fiancés on apps. I think maybe I just aged out, to be honest, and like the inventory isn't there.
No,
but
that's
I don't want it enough to go on.
Yeah, I can tell you exactly what her problem is. She's she has pretty girl problems.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So attractive, and I ain't gonna lie. If I had the opportunity to smash, I would. But anyway.
What would you say to answer your own question? Like, what would compel you to commit? Like to create a vision with a person. What
Don't
would those
ask me that
variables
dangerous
include
question.
at this point in your life?
Here we go.
Oh, the face you just made.
Don't ask me
You
that
just fucking
question.
loaded up.
Just to kind of ground the conversation somewhere.
Okay,
personal.
yeah, fair. Okay. I am sympathetic
Pause.
to the economic
Pause.
realities of the
No,
world, so much so
Okay.
that it has never really been the
Let
case.
it roll.
Very rarely has it been the case that my partner would offer me real kind of economic security.
Right.
I've usually earned more,
Uh-huh.
etc. I mean, anybody who's earning anything can like contribute to their rent hypothetically, but I've only.
In other words,
I'm independent.
So I've kind of taken that off the table. But hypothetically, I mean, I'm a podcaster in a very insecure world. Hypothetically, it would be lovely if I felt
class.
I am too old for this bullshit.
This class. This is a textbook example.
Projection.
Part of the problem is she's a 92.
Oh boy.
And because you notice she mentioned that her boyfriend's made less than her. She's a 92.
Yep.
And more than likely, somebody that makes more money than her is probably not going to put up with her bullshit.
Yep.
And that's the situation she's in.
some sort of economic security from a partner, but that's never been something that I've sought out or really expected. So that's kind of, I mean, that's one thing that might be somewhat of an inducement. The problem is absent that, this is what I was getting at before, absent that, you have these intangible qualities. Are you supportive? Yeah. Are you emotionally available? Are you the kind of person that makes my day better by being in it because you do have these sorts of emotional resources? Do we, have good companionship and like to do similar things? I spend a lot of time in the world fighting, having a lot of conflict in my life. Do I feel safe and secure when I come home to you? And do I know that I can be myself and say my opinions and not feel like I'm going to be in fisticuffs 24/7, or that you're going to, impugn my integrity or question me the way I'm questioned all day, every day in the world for having some belief that someone's characterizing as anti-Semitic or, whatever it is, like evil because I made Trump win and whatever it is. So a certain degree of peace. But in terms of marriage and longevity at this stage, I as a Leo, here we go, Issa. Let me deliver this one to you.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
As a Leo, I really value loyalty and the idea that somebody would care about me enough to want to commit to me forever. I like that notion.
Yeah.
I'm very drawn to that idea. I am a skeptic about that.
By nature.
About that reality? Like about it being delivered?
Reality. Yes. And I don't feel as though my values and what I like about myself and who I've built myself into being over 40 years is especially compatible with what human straight males want in America. And I am okay with that if I have to pick. But it makes me just less solicitous of their
saying straight males like that is a turnoff. But anyway.
Their interest, generally speaking. Because it's like a world where I have to feel bad about myself for not fitting into what they like all the time, or a world where I actually like myself, but they don't. Agree?
I'm so thrown at this, because this doesn't sound like, to me as an age peer, like super high standards.
No, they're not.
So
and yes,
the bar is in hell.
So let me rep for my Facebook self and ask: is this an accurate reflection of? Are you open to the idea that what you're saying now isn't an accurate reflection of your actual dating behavior?
And what
I'm saying? Meaning, like, have you come across men that have many of the features you just presented, but had some, warts that maybe you wouldn't admit, maybe you wouldn't present openly is a deal breaker, but like was a deal breaker in that moment? Because you didn't give a lot of hard, like, half the men I know. Well, actually, I don't know any. Damn, I don't know any. Single
you don't know any, because FD, you know this. I'm sure your wife has some single friends who are attractive and well-educated and lovely people. Yes. And every time you all hang out,
in other words,
I was educated. I got to make a video out of that too. The most educated.
FD, do you have any male friends for me? And you say none that you would want to date.
But my wife also has single friends who I hear what they say. But then I witness secondhand some of their dating behavior, and I'm like, oh,
like what?
You see,
there we are.
He sees it too.
He
He
does.
sees the bullshit too. He's trying. You notice he's trying to clean that shit up, but he sees that.
like what? You know, like about to catch me. What's the
Yeah. Oh, don't start it now, bro. Don't start it now, bro.
Being very wishy-washy with what they actually want.
What do you mean? So they're saying, "Oh, I don't care about height, but I'm rejecting everybody who's 6 foot tall."
Right. Well,
I don't care about money, but rejecting everybody who doesn't make 6 figures or whatever.
Stuff like that, but also like having men that show those things and then not putting in like a serious effort to pursue or like solidify, like being in situationships with men that they really want to be in relationships with. And as far as I know, them just kind of just not wanting to press harder as to maintain a situationship over pursuing the actual relationship.
They know that if they press the situationship will end.
No, they don't.
A woman, no.
I think that should be if your goal is a relationship, you might need to sacrifice.
I agree. I agree. And maybe this is like a Lysistrata situation where all the women just have to get together and agree not to have sex and be in situationships with men until they.
If I'm not mistaken, her last boyfriend was a white man. But anyway.
Commit.
Whoops.
But even that, there's something so like denigrating about that. Like, oh, we all got to trick the men and like withhold sex until they agree to put a ring on our finger. It's like okay,
No,
you know what?
so I want to be clear.
Like you can have it. Like it's not that serious. Like if you hate me that much,
I
don't need it. Go ahead. Sorry, Cameron.
Oh no, I was just saying.
But it's not the general sex strike. It's the you have to kind of.
I'm not listening to a witch's brew
you
right
have to
here.
set the hard line once the situationship becomes like permanent. To like, look, I desire this. You're not giving it to me. Let's move on. And like, so I feel like this is just me playing devil's advocate. I feel like I've heard this same conversation before from single women. And
I don't disagree with you, FB, but let me just stop you. I have not been in situationships. That has not been my issue. I've been in like many 2 to 5 year relationships. I don't have an issue with that. I'm a Leo.
Yeah, you can tell.
And I don't suffer fools, and I don't take 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and I'm not really interested in being a bench warmer or anything like that.
You said something.
That's a lie.
Somebody said something a couple minutes ago that was interesting to me. Was the use of the word attractive. I always find it so funny when dudes talk about women looking for attractive guys, because if you know women are not looking for attractive guys. I have a lot of friends.
Boy, you a bull, boy. Oh gosh,
that's a lie.
Son, you ain't lived long enough. Keep living, boy. Keep living. Oh, good Lord, boy.
Never will live long enough. Not seeking attraction.
Extremely hot women, and the guys who they cry about for days are the most mid dudes you've ever seen in your entire life.
Like yourself.
Oh my God. I'm so glad I'm not like hot, because if I was hot, I genuinely think I would look worse on the dating market. It's the fact that I'm like.
I think hot guys are extremely overrated, actually.
Son, stop it. You just lie. Yeah, y'all just lying to people now.
Why the fuck you lying?
Women don't want guys who are hot.
Why you always lying?
Oh wait, let me play this video again. I asked this question at the beginning of the show, and I'm gonna ask it again.
Okay.
Are y'all sure you want this clown to be teaching your black boys?
Hell no.
All right, fellas, today we're talking about how real strength means lifting people up, supporting LGBTQ folks, supporting feminism. Those are powerful choices. What we don't want to be is a toxic man like this guy here, AB Media 83.
Hey, guys. Why would we be doormats for our moms and other girls?
Yeah, you're a weak male,
We
mister.
ain't trying to end up like that.
For real.
Man, you hear how he broke that down?
Yeah. Look, at least AB Media 83 is not going to sit here and lie in our face.
Straight facts. For real. He keeps it 100.
That's why we watch it.
I'm glad I didn't wind up like that.
Hey, what's going on, Louis?
Just finished making some shorts I uploaded.
What's up, Louis?
Nice. Let me play it again. You sure you want this guy teaching your kids?
All right, fellas, today we're talking about how real strength means lifting people up, supporting LGBTQ folks, supporting feminism. Those are powerful choices. What we don't want to be is a toxic man like this guy here, AB Media 83.
Hey, guys. Why would we be doormats for our moms and other girls?
Yeah, you're a weak male,
We
mister.
ain't trying to end up like that.
For real.
Man, you hear how he broke that down?
Yeah. Look, at least AB Media 83 is not gonna sit here and lie in our face.
Straight facts.
For real. He keeps it 100.
That's why we watch it.
You ain't that.
Hey Louis, when he sent me that, I was cracking up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
yeah,
nothing.
he heard it over the phone. He didn't see it, but I played it on the phone. But yeah,
You ain't shit for that, bro.
yeah.
But it's
You want to
funny.
hear something shocking?
What?
Go to my channel and play the short I just uploaded.
Okay, let's keep playing this. I'll check
Guys
it
who are
out.
upper mid.
All right.
That's what I call it. That's what I call myself. I'm on the higher end of mid.
This is hilarious.
I'm a generic gaunt white boy with sad eyes. Like, do you understand how much people freak out about that?
Boy, oh gosh, boy. Let me shut up.
I'm glad I'm not hot. Oh my god, if I was hot,
For the record, I'm rejecting everybody's claims of not being hot. Again, the resident Leo on the panel, I want everyone to speak more highly of themselves. Isa, as the other woman on this panel, do you agree with this prognosis?
Yeah, I mean, something that's coming to mind for me as we're talking that I'm kind of curious what you think about it, but I do think one of the things that I deal with a lot with I feel like all power structures in race and gender is the notion that then as a woman, I feel like there is like pressure, especially in the discourse now, to be perfect all the time. And I do take issue with like sometimes in the culture, not in the left discourse, but in the culture of like this kind of encouragement for women to become more and more independent and like fuck men. And I mean, after you made this point like 30 minutes ago, but I experience a lot of skin hunger. Like I'm a super sensual person and I feel different types of registers of depression when I don't get touch. And it's a real thing for me. Like I'll start to feel really disconnected and even being.
Go ahead.
Do all leftists has that nasally voice?
For the most part.
That's a good damn question. I don't know.
For the most part, they do.
That's actually a good question. Shit.
That's a hell of a question.
By the way, I got 20 watching. Like, share, subscribe. Hit my Cash App, support the show. Hit the Super Chat, support the show. And in a minute, we're going to go look at your short.
Being in New York and having access to my nephews and getting to snuggle every night with a child, like it really does something profound for me where it doesn't have to be necessarily erotic or romantic touch, but I need that sensual touch. And I feel like we don't talk about that enough as a need. It gets kind of devalued in the like hierarchy of the conversation. But also I feel like sometimes as a woman, you do feel like you need to perform this kind of something that's already like something I'm too good at already, which is like feeling really good on my own. And that's just like a personality thing I have to fight against where like the whole line of women in my life, which is a very common story, are women who are like, you know, we're always, since we're young girls, we're always like encouraged to be really sovereign and like you have to be good on your own. And it's really fatiguing. And then on top of it, we don't always get the space to like explore that vulnerability of like, yes, I'm always going to be good. And I would love companionship. I would love intimacy. I would love to experience like not having the answers or not being the like, the wise one or the wise guide or like the emotional doula in every situation, even in these conversations, right? Like there's moments where you want to kind of like expose a different register of the experience, which is like the yearning. And I also feel like there's the conversation at the pattern recognition, like big scale. And then I'm having micro experiences. Like I've been dating a lot of younger men.
We'll come back to that. I need a break from that crap. Let's go look at Louis' short here. Yeah, and then we're going to move on to another video that I have. See shorts. Is this last one here? Lou, you there?
Yeah, the first one, the very first one.
Okay.
You're like literally, I hate to say it, because I mean, unfortunately, as Black women, we have to birth Black men as well. But y'all
Oh boy.
on the totem pole. But they've tricked
We
you to believe
actually
that you're at
don't
the
have
top.
to. We actually don't have to birth them.
True enough. Look,
that's another part of this
Oh,
system that
dear.
we have been indoctrinated with, and then we continue to indoctrinate each other with that. These younger girls coming up, that we have to birth them. We do not. We do not have to birth Black men. I advocate for us to stop birthing Black men. I advocate for us to stop having these children because
They say shit like this, and they wonder why young men don't want to date anymore. Really? Okay.
That is the tie between the black man and the black woman. The child is the link to the black woman by the black man. Then he can go around and alter this fake power dynamic.
You know, you want to hear something funny?
I'm not gonna say anything.
Shit like this is the reason why I kind of look at white women a little bit more now.
Shit like that is the reason I left the gynocracy. Period.
Yeah. Shit like this is the reason why a lot of people just need to get the fuck out.
I had Keisha tell me bluntly she would never have my baby. She looked me dead in the face and she looked me dead in the face and said that it was the next to last relationship I had with a black woman. She looked me square in the face and said that. And she wondered why I ghosted her punk ass the next day.
My response would be, why would I waste my sperm on you?
To that
but
point,
let's finish this short.
To that point, I'm glad I didn't.
Because you are now in a vulnerable state with your child, so you have to stay connected to him by any means necessary.
You're like literally.
Well, the reality is, and this started especially in the 1970s, and the value of the dollar. The two-income family dynamic became a requirement for survival at a certain point, especially for the average family, the average black family, most particularly. In fact, for us, the 70s.
It's always been that way for
always been that way. Yeah, the 70s wasn't a major shift for us in that regard because women were already working.
They already. In fact, it was a requirement for black men to work. Up until the 1960s.
Yeah. So this whole dynamic about patriarchy, it has never functioned in the black community the way these people have accused it of. You know what they do? They flatten white men's experiences into black men's experiences.
Yeah, exactly.
And women and feminists in particular like to do a lot of this. They take talking points out of the white community and they'll apply them to black men when convenient in a discussion or debate.
That's the Polly Murray's theory of the two crows.
Okay.
Jane Crow and Jim Crow.
Yeah. Well, the reality is, and this started especially in the 1970s.
Shout out to Jules for the $20 Cash App, and you, sir, get a
ching, 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 ching. You better thank your donors.
Bad news.
What?
This came to me earlier tonight. Former Purdue star Rondale Moore passes away at the age of 25.
Oh gosh, damn.
And from what I'm hearing and what I've learned from reading the article at WLKY in Kentucky, the wound was self-inflicted.
I'm sorry to hear that, young man.
That broke my heart. 25. He was just getting his footprint in the world and was an NFL star. Yeah, he was a Purdue standout. He played 3 sports at New Albany High School in New Albany, Indiana.
Wow.
Broke my heart when I saw that.
Like 3 to 6 months, I giggle at the idea.
Every solar eclipse.
Yeah.
Both of you are going to become different people. Both of you are going to transition to these different things, but it's all
okay. I've had enough of these 4 knuckleheads. Let's go to something a little bit more fun.
Let's have some fun, please.
Remember that stream I did that on FD and those Gen Zers, them young soy boys.
God, yes, classic.
Well, it turns out Jeff and Obsidian responded to it. Let's take a look.
That's what it's about. We all broke as shit. We all shitty. Yeah. How we get money? How do I get money? I gotta be Kai Cenat. So I'm being Kai Cenat. So bullshit. I hear Kevin Samuels dying. I'm like, hey, bro, y'all gotta chill. Hey, RP to my Jay-Z come out of nowhere. That died on a girl. And she's like, that bitch ass died on a girl. I was like,
What is wrong with? Well, seriously, what's wrong with dying pleasure in your? Well, anyway.
He was like, all that shit that was talking. It's like one of the funniest clips
He
from
died off had a heart attack from like Viagra.
I know the full details. Yeah. First off, listen, shout out to all the black men my age with high blood pressure.
There you go. You don't know the full
But he was not
details.
taking care of himself. He was such a fraud. It's really wild that like he made.
How
a
does
lot
my
of
son
money
put it?
in that short
Stupid
period of time,
fucker.
but he was in so much debt. Credit was so fucked up and had not really had any of those high value traits to take care of himself.
Yeah.
And if you ever watch his streams, he's down in Red Bulls one after the other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he, like,
Okay, so
Probably from the stress of talking to black women who have no damn sense.
here we go again with the narrative BS. Kevin was a cancer survivor.
Yes.
Okay? Cancer survivor. And he was not
Shout out to Kevin
originally long for this world. He had cancer when he was a younger man. One of the reasons why he dropped out of Oklahoma University of Oklahoma, reason why he dropped out was because of cancer. He had cancer as a younger man. And he was not long for this world. And he survived that all the way up into his early 50s. So let's appreciate the context, because we understand in social media, nuance, is kind of like a casualty, right? So here's the truth. Here are the facts. He was a cancer survivor. He had that as a younger man. He dropped out of University of Oklahoma as a result of that. And he survived all the way up into his 50s. Now, that don't strike me as a man that don't take care of himself very well. That strikes me as a man that's pretty diligent about his health care. If he's going to survive cancer and make it as a young man and then make it all the way into his 50s. Now, financial. Let's look at the finances. Okay. So, because he called him a fraud. We heard the word fraud. Did we not? Okay.
FD's one to talk.
So he's putting these charges on Kevin.
About being a fraud,
Right? So let's look at that. Kevin lived in Buckhead. For those who don't know, Buckhead is a suburb of or section of Atlanta. It's considered very upscale and affluent. It is one of the more affluent areas of Atlanta. I was there. Boots on the ground. I met Kevin in Buckhead. He lived in a luxury apartment. He did not own a house. For those of you who are, and I understand. I understand that for many black people, a sign of having been arrived is a house. I get it. Kevin was a single man. His daughter was grown. He was not married. He was a bachelor again. It made no sense for a bachelor man to have a 3, 4, 5 bedroom house and it's just him.
Yep.
It makes no sense, man.
Right.
Okay. He lived what you would expect of a well-to-do, affluent bachelor. He had a luxury apartment in Buckhead. Okay. With regard to his finances, at the time of his death, Kevin was worth, if I remember correctly, around $5 million. He had an estimated net worth around, somebody can look this up and check it, around $5 million. I remember the day, I remember the day Kevin called me and told me that he had traded in his BMW for a big box Mercedes-Benz. Okay. I remember the day he did it. It was in 2021. Summer 2020. Take it back. Summer 2020. He called me and I was so happy for him. And I'm only speaking about this now because of what FD said. If he hadn't said that, I wouldn't talk about it. I just don't think it's right to put all this stuff on him. That's just not true. With regard to the idea that he died on top of his girl. Okay. He had a lady that he was seeing. She's a Latina, Dominican Republic, Dominican background. They were serious. And she had came out to visit him on the night in question when he died. She was the one to make the call to the hospital. She is a nurse, so she attempted to, stabilize him and so on and so forth. And that's all what happened. She was not a BBW and all the rest of it. She talked to our brother, our fellow conclave brother, Dennis Sperling Esquire. She did an extensive passing interview with him. You can go to his channel and see it for yourself. I mean, these are all facts, man. These are all matters of public record. But like our brother Jeff said, there is a concentrated effort to gain narrative control of all of this. And again, I'm going to say I'm so glad that I wrote this.
Yes.
I am so glad that I did it because of this. I'm going to guarantee you, as the black manosphere continues to ascend, and see what was supposed to happen. There was a sister. You remember her, Darwin, Miss Letitia Underwood. We all had dinner that night in Miami. She told me, she said, Mumia, you realize that there's a problem here. I said, what's that? She said, see, the problem was when Kevin died and those sisters kind of did dance the jig, what was supposed to happen was that he was supposed to recede into the background and everything was supposed to go back to normal. She said, but because of you, she talking about me, because of you, that didn't happen. See, you kept his dream, you kept his legacy alive, and you rallied the manosphere troops. And they're really angry with you now because you won't let Kevin die. You see?
Neither
and I
will
think
we.
she's right. And I think that what we're seeing right here is evidence of that. And that's the reason why I'm so glad I wrote this. I'm so glad I did. Yep. And now I'm going to redouble. As a result of this right here, I'm going to redouble my efforts now. This is really giving me a shot in the arm. Now I'm going to really do it. I'm glad that he did this because this puts into perspective everything. FD was not motivated by anything else. He was motivated by Kevin. He was motivated by him. And the timeline bears it out by his own admission. We see it on the tape.
Yes.
Okay? We see it on the tape. Now, again, the argument is Black History Month. The argument is racism. Ain't no white people doing this. Where the Klan? Where they at? Ain't no Donald Trump doing this, man. Right? That's the argument. Donald Trump is rabid racist. Right? Where you at? There's a black man doing it to another black man. That's what.
Oh, by the way, should we know that Donald Trump praised Jesse Jackson after he passed away, despite Jesse Jackson saying stuff against Donald Trump when he was running for president. And knowing Trump, Jesse probably called him first and talked it out with him before he said what he said. So anyway, Trump is known for doing that, talking with people that like him, but they work for a company that said they have to be against him, and he will tell them, say what you need to say. Anyway,
what it is with the N-word, laced with the N-word. Who's the one that's anti-black here, brother?
Ooh,
who's anti-black here?
You made a huge point.
I mean, Kevin, I remember the time there was a white woman that called in the Kevin show. I remember this like it was yesterday. She called in the Kevin show and she attempted to talk down on sisters and he stopped her dead in her tracks.
I remember that.
Stopped her cold. He's no, you don't get to do that.
That's right.
You don't. Now, if we gonna have that conversation, that's one thing. You don't have anything to say about that. I remember there was a white brother from another mother. His name is Anthony Dream Johnson. You can look this up, 21 Convention. He was speaking about Kevin's interview with Nicki Minaj. And he was saying that because a lot of brothers was upset with Kevin. Kevin, how come you ain't keep that same average at best energy with Nicki Minaj? That was the argument. Oh, he's simping. That was the argument.
No, Nicki's and I.
No.
That was a beautiful woman before she had the surgery. Nicki's and I. I'm sorry. No. You don't have to like her. I don't like her attitude all the time, but she's a 9.
Anthony Dream Johnson said the same thing. I came right out. Oh, hold it, brother. Wait a minute. Now, let me make this clear, Anthony Dream Johnson. I have a lot of respect for what you do with the 21 Convention. I respect that. Good fences make good neighbors. But you ain't got no truck on our brother Kevin. If there is an issue to be dealt with our brother Kevin, we gonna deal with it, not you. I told him that one time, he never said nothing else. So my point being this, if Kevin is so anti-black, and if the black manosphere is so anti-black, explain why it is that both he and I check white folks trying to talk greasy.
Well,
Oh,
by the way, Louis, remember that white dude that came on our panel that one day?
Yeah.
And he was saying the N-word and all that. Then it slipped out that he was dating a black woman. So I asked an obvious question. I was like, you was dating a black woman, right? Wouldn't that make you a what do we call it? A Negro lover? That's not the word I said, but anyway.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make you a Negro lover? And you should have saw him squirm. Oh, come on, man! I like black people. Go on. You should have saw him squirm.
Idiot.
But yeah, FD tried to take a dig at Kevin Samuels, and
he paid for it.
What's that old saying? Karma's a bitch. That's all I have to say about that.
Karma's a bitch.
One of the things that I've observed in a lot of the people that think the way that they do, they believe that any type of criticism opens the gates for everybody else to disparage, disrespect. And one way to view it is, I think people who are racist or sexist or misogynist are always going to look for reasons and justifications to justify why they're going to put their ideas out there. That doesn't mean we can't say anything. That doesn't mean we're not allowed to speak on what's happening in the community, both in men's behaviors and women's behavior. Mm-hmm. And what happens is like, well, because we don't want the wrong people with the wrong motives speaking on it, therefore we want all of y'all to shut the F up. And the problem is that would work if they were shutting up about black men, but they don't, and they never will. So if the choices are
basically what
we
Jeff
say
is
nothing
trying
and
to
pander
tell you,
regardless of their behavior and actions, has helped contribute to how we got in this position, or either ignore it, or if we say something, we're now no different than white supremacists and people who are functioning outside the community that's anti-black. That's a false binary that only they operate out of. That's why in their worldview, there is no shame. There is no criticism. There is no negative feedback or constructive feedback that needs to exist, especially from people who the black women are actually wanting to marry. This is what it is. This is the game. That's the game. And it's as sad as maybe people don't realize what it is. This is why you can't say nothing. This is why they can cheer when somebody dead. They can cheer when people are grieving. You know the roles are reversed, how we would look crazy if we were doing this. A room of 4, 5, 6 men making fun of some black woman that died and all the black women that's upset about that. Doesn't sound insane?
On that note, can you imagine how much they would be able to, in an uproar if we made fun of Bell Hooks when she passed away? Can you imagine the backlash the ministry would have got if we had actually said something about Bell Hooks? Anyway.
The channel wouldn't even be up.
Go ahead.
That's why I told you when we were speaking on the phone that the ones that have the larger platforms, painting these broads on the panel, focused on getting the message.
Say it again. You kind of broke up.
I said, you hear me now?
Yeah.
I said, do you remember when we were talking earlier today?
Yeah.
I said the ones with the larger platforms should stop, entertaining these broads. Just focus on getting the message out. Because when you entertain them, they're really accomplishing their goals because they're wasting your time.
Yeah.
And that's a tactic that they use. Like, when they get on the panels trolling or asking other questions, trying to divert from the subject of the conversation, there actually is a tactic that they use.
Yeah, May does it all the time. Or at least tries. Yeah. Here's my latest AI rap video.
Let's go. Move on, black man, it's your time now. Be the kings you were meant to be, take the crown. Grow your business, let your creativity shine bright. Do what God has made you to do, and step into your own true light. Move on, black man, it's your time now. Be the kings you were meant to be, take the crown. Grow your business, be creative, shine so bright. Do what God has made you to do, and step into your light.
All right, let's continue.
It would be monetized and brought down.
Yeah, it sounds sick. And because they're so used to in a world where women are allowed to do it and them having a women's mindset, this is why they think it's appropriate for men to do this. I've seen men who took the lives of other men's family members and show more respect for those family members than what I saw in that room. And I'm not surprised. So when I said,
I'm not either, unfortunately. By the way, like, share, subscribe, hit the Cash App, support the show, hit that super chat, support the show.
Yo,
last
AB,
year that there's no men left in the Democratic.
Go ahead.
I'm about to head out because I gotta get up early. I gotta get to work before this snowstorm get worse up here. They say now it's a winter cyclone or some shit. So
Yeah, I'll keep you in my prayers, brother.
yeah, it's gonna be 8, depending on where it hits. Some areas gonna get up to 8 to 20 inches.
All right. Stay safe.
I'll probably be doing a blizzard stream tomorrow if I get stuck in the store.
Okay.
Peace.
Peace out. Let's continue.
Democrat Party, when the liberal left, it's all males, and they're all led by females, and everybody wanted to go all up in arms with me. This is what you see. Because where was the man in the room that says this is going too far? That's inappropriate. This would be crazy if we were doing this the other way around. This is going a bit foul. We actually don't know all the details.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a reason why grown men were actually frustrated and upset. And what's the issue or disconnect between us on the left that we can't connect what millions of other men are feeling? Maybe the masculinity isn't just so high and peaking in the Democrat side right now. That's why. So that I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. And it's unfortunate because I think when FD, like he acknowledged when he first came out, I actually think he maybe went with the right intentions to be more balanced. And then when them checks start hitting and that algorithm start hitting, we saw what his stance ended up being.
Yeah.
And he's figured out a way to challenge the systems and ideology that he thinks is problematic. And a lot of his stuff is really good and well researched. But then when it comes to men and masculinity, his rigid view of what a healthy form of masculinity means and is only one that women approve of.
Yeah, pretty much.
And as a result, that is feminization. When men are using talking points to describe any and everything. Only a woman, and only a liberal woman at that, would look at a situation like this and thought it was funny.
Wow.
Only a woman. You know what? Only liberal women and only white supremacists would have thought black men grieving about a black man that finally gave them a voice in a space that most of them didn't even know existed is funny. So yeah, that's the room. And somebody said it in the comments. If I just started my stuff for a year, my podcast for a year, and all of this is organic. I don't have no organization backing me. I don't have the DNC paying and sending politicians my way. I ain't got all of this stuff happening. But when you got young guys like that, and I'm listening, I'm waiting for the interesting, thought-provoking thing that makes them so unique and stand out to justify how they're getting such big acts on their show.
That's what I was thinking. The same thing. I'm looking at the optics. I'm like, these are some young brothers.
It's obvious.
These are some young brothers, and they got some high-level stuff here.
It's no different.
These people.
It's no different than Call Me Daddy and all the other propped up podcasts that aren't authentic.
Ooh.
What's going to end up happening is they have to keep funneling it because when they lost that election because of podcasts in 2024.
Yes, they
The
did.
left didn't have no podcast people was watching and tuning into like that, especially for men. So whether they're getting paid directly or there's some kickbacks or something's going on or they're working, whatever it is in cahoots. You know what good shows and good TV is. It's just regular dudes just shooting the shit. But they got a liberal lens, which they're allowed to do, and they're allowed to be Democrat and all of that stuff. But for y'all to be as young and as new with no
coming out of nowhere,
like what's the evidence for how you could justify something like this happening? More than likely, somebody's putting their hands on the scale for these type of situations to unfold. Now that they're bigger and more well known, anybody that wants to get on the show would probably try to. So now they're fine, but it's no different, man. So in reality, it's like, nah, man. If you took them out and put a room full of women in the conversation, it would have been exactly the same. And that's
true. That is true.
They themselves don't even see and realize that.
Yeah. And I also wanted to mention
when I was playing the video, I was like, one of them looked like a girl. Good Lord. Anyway.
When we get to that next week, when we talk about that conversation with Clifton Powell in it, I don't know where that podcast is located. I don't know where they're out of. I might attempt to try to get on there. I told myself I wasn't gonna go on no more podcasts. I went down to Valuetainment a few years ago. Adam Sosnick's.
Oh, Patrick Bet David, yeah.
Yeah, he is. I think one of his co-workers or partners is.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was called Black Men Trust Black Women. That round table. That's what it was called.
Wow.
Yeah. So
notice the framing here. Notice how it's framed. It's everything is built. This is the reason why I say Black America is a matriarchy, man. It's not a patriarchy. There's no patriarchy in Black America. Everything is built, and I'm not even saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's what it is. It's built around Black women. That's the premise. Everything is built around Black women.
It's a gynocracy, pretty much.
Right? And again, I'm not saying they don't have the right to do it. I'm not saying that. I'm not demonizing them. I'm just saying, bro, how you gonna have a patriarchy when black women are at the center of everything? Make it make sense.
You don't.
How's that work? The entire conversation. We're gonna talk about this next week. Matter of fact, my man AC Hatchet in the building. He said we need to do this every week, and I agree with him. I think this is something we done struck gold here. The thing is, the entire premise of that conversation we're gonna deal with next week, Clifton Powell and them, the whole thing was about black women.
I might be able to get Clifton Powell on here with.
Oh, that whole stream was basically a how can I say this? That whole stream was just a promotion for the black woman is God. Speaking of which, this episode of Colosseum Night has been brought to you by Gynocracy Soup. The black woman is God. Condensed lies and bullshit. Now with 1,000% extra sodium. Like, share, subscribe, hit the cash app to support the show, hit the super chat, support the show. I haven't used this one in a while. This episode has also been brought to you by Angela Rye with lettuce and tomato on the side. Hit the cash app, support the show. Hit the super chat, support the show. But let's continue.
What is?
Oh man, that would be
That would be great. That would be good. Yeah. If you can fix that from your lips to God's ears.
Snowman, I was sorry to hear about that player that passed away, though. Oh, he must be busy. Okay.
I had to go check on my wife. What's up?
I'm sorry to hear about that player that passed away. It sounds like from suicide.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, and I hate it. I hate it because once upon a time I was there about to end my life. I hate it. I hate that.
It says YouTube rejected your comment. This is very common when sharing a link. What?
What the hell happened?
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me look. I doubt that. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me. Right? Put a panel link out. Okay, I'm good.
What happened?
I got some weird message on the thing, but I put it out. It's good. Let's continue. Let's continue with the video.
Yes, that would be good. I would love for the four of us, and talk it out, because my thinking is this. And this is the reason why the Black Ministry Conclave gets in so much trouble. Yeah, I'm going to talk about the conclave. Some people in the chat room, get the mic away from Mumir because we don't want to hear about the conclave. That's what we're here to do. These are my conclave brothers, so we're going to talk about it, all right? The movie's about what the movie's about. Listen, there are a lot of black women that don't like the fact
I know it was torment.
that no black women are allowed during conclave business hours. They don't like that. They don't like the fact that we don't include them in the proceedings. We don't let them in to see what we're talking about, and they don't get the chance to see, to get their hands in the money and get their hands in how things are done and who gets to speak and who don't get to speak. They don't like that. They tried to swat us. They tried to shut us down. Try to cancel us. Black men, isn't it what they've been saying for the longest time? Black men need to get.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is why I've delayed my kidney transplant stuff, because I know if I start the process and certain people get their hands on it, the gynocracy is going to put their hand all in it. I don't want their hand in it. I don't want their hand in it. And when I say I don't want a hand in it, blood will be spilled if they try to put their hand in it. And I don't want to go there.
get themselves together. Black men do that is the problem. So what is this really about, ladies? Let's just get right to it.
Something I fight every
What
day,
is this really
man.
about? I'll tell you what it's about. It's about control.
Power and control.
Yes.
This ain't about brothers actually like getting their act together. That ain't really what it's about. What it's about is control. That's what it's about. And I understand why they say shook, because one of the things that I've learned about therapy is this: you learn how to get away from people in situations that hurt you.
Yes, that's true.
What if those people in situations? You know where I'm going with this. What if some of those people in situations just happen to be double X? Then what? Maybe some of those people that don't mean you very well might be double X instead of XY. Then what? Why is there so much where's my thing at? Why is there so much agita about this little blue book? Why is there so much? Why is there so much agita about this little blue book? Why?
That's good.
Oh man, well, you said it when you and me had met, Mia, about the fact that the gender war didn't even exist until men started opening their mouth, right? So again, feminization, and Helen Andrews alluded to this. In a feminized environment, it's built on consensus, group cohesion, consensus. So when somebody says something that goes against the narrative of the group, they're now seen as a threat, as a problem. So as a man, when you enter into this space and start doing this stuff, you guys have been experiencing.
Here's the reason I left the church.
This long before me.
Same
Call
here.
your name in the book. They're trying to figure out how to get in between you and your significant other. They're trying to figure out how to cut down on your resources or access to being able to your streams of income. It's the reason why I say that it's a feminization culture is because they've been going at this at least 70s, 80s of a world where as they got more rights, as they got more privileges, as they got more access to everything that they think they needed and wanted, they simultaneously also wanted men to be quiet, for men to be submissive. They preferred, on paper, they wanted happy wife, happy life.
Yep.
So this is why when we say, well, what do you bring to the table? Me bring something. What are you talking about? Like, that's what they've been conditioned to. So when you've been conditioned to this way from pop psychology, from social media, from the internet, from you name it, this is what happens. You know how bad it is when all you got to do is ask them, what is it that Black women should be doing better? What is it, and who should be allowed to tell them that? When they don't have answers to those things, those answers are very superficial. Flip the question and watch them give you a dictionary. That means that they're used to a world where only women can be critics and they can't be critiqued.
One-way aggression. Kevin talked about that. One-way aggression. There's only one way.
One-way standards, one-way boundaries, one-way expectations. So there is no standard. There is no behavior that a woman could do in her past to justify why you say she's not marriage material. That's how they excuse all their behaviors. Feminism, shout out to Miss Anita, man, that said that feminism has done an amazing job of tricking women to separate their minds from their bodies. If I can convince you to separate how you're supposed to think and your mind with what you're doing with your body, shame no longer needs to exist because you ain't got to think about it. There's no consequences for how you move, how many kids you popping out with how many men. So all Kevin was saying is there's real world consequences for the choices and decisions y'all are making. And this is how your image is looking bad. And it is a competition, whether y'all want to say there is no competition or not. And while you're lying to yourselves and claiming there's no competition, competition started in college.
Yep.
So when he's putting them on game, but all of society before they got into contact with him was telling them they're the prize, and men that don't see it that way and men that have standards are evil and vindictive and misogynistic. Now you get to a space where the only men that are allowed to have a voice are the ones that sound like women in those type of rooms.
As we saw on that tape.
So when I've said all along that it's not that they hate men per se, they just
wait a minute, Jeff. Don't talk about Roland Martin like that. Oops, I said it out loud. Speaking of which, don't talk about Roland Martin like that. Don't talk about DL Hughley like that. In fact, I know
about FD Simplifier like that.
I know I still have that video. No, I don't. But give me 1 second. I thought I put that video in here. Okay. I must have deleted that video. Give me 1 second, folks.
All right.
Just to get my point across. On stream. I'm looking for. Oh, here it is. You seen it? Ah, crap! I gotta delete the video. Let's see what's gonna go. That can go. A little technical difficulty here, folks.
Happens to the best of us.
Mm-hmm.
Happened to me today. I was supposed to do 2 games, and I had technical issues, but I also had a few mental issues I had to work through, which I now have.
Yeah. Part of life.
Mm-hmm. Like the biggest thing I had to work through today, that it's okay to not be okay. I thought I already knew that. And it's also okay.
Oftentimes you have to remind yourselves, but
yeah.
Look at those Simple Simons walk out. Yeah. Our ancestors died for the right to blindly vote for the Democrats started by a slave owner.
Good jobs, boys. Now go to your Massa Clinton's house for your butter biscuits.
Beat the beat, yes, master. Beat the beat, yes, master. Yes, master.
Fuck you. You ain't got a lick of sense.
I know.
It's like effeminate ones. They like liberal.
I even played it.
Those are safe ones in their worldview.
I even played that and laughed then. But now hearing it on the Colosseum, you ain't got a lick of fucking sense, and I love it.
Well, let me play it again.
Look at those Simple Simons walk out. Yeah. Our ancestors died for the right to blindly vote for the Democrats started by a slave owner.
Good jobs, boys. Now go to your Massa Clinton's house for your butter biscuits.
Beat the beat, yes, master. Beat the beat, yes, master. Yes, master.
But you want to hear something funny? When I played it on TikTok, somebody came in the comments and said, "That's exactly how I thought it would play out."
Yep.
It's the men that tell them what they want to hear. This is why they buy the tickets. This is why they go to the live shows. So Kevin was obviously he was charismatic, he had style, he had flair, he was exciting and interesting.
Yes.
But for every woman that understood what he was coming from, there were countless others that were attempting to derail everything that he was trying to address. So I get it, I understand it. It's just unfortunate that years later, we're looking in a room of black men doing what the CIA and white supremacy doesn't have to anymore.
Yes.
And your point about the call her dad for those.
Yeah, they don't need COINTELPRO anymore. They got people like FD to do their dirty work for them.
Those that don't know, Call Her Daddy is a podcast with white woman. The reason why my brother Jeff brings that up, back when Kamala Harris was running for president of the United States, the Democrat Party gave her
Dear God,
a lot of money to go on the various media outlets, and one of them was Call Her Daddy. My understanding, Jeff, was Call Her Daddy was extant prior to Kamala's run for president. They just didn't pop up afterward. They were around, but they were very small. And that when she ran for president, they infused something like 150 grand into the Call Her Daddy podcast. That's my understanding of it. I could have that wrong, but they infused a lot of cash, okay, for her to go on there. And she went on there, and as they say, the rest is history. Point being, I think that you're onto something here, brother Jeff.
They're propping. Listen, if y'all don't know the game by now, if y'all didn't find out what's happening with USAID, they're using tax dollars and campaign donations
to try to counter the Black Manosphere. Yeah,
in general, they're propping up liberal podcasts to make them appear more relevant to the population than they actually are. Right. This is why most liberal comedians aren't funny.
Right.
Like this is why they're not super. Like, all I'm basically getting at is there's a level of we have to question what we see.
It's called AstroTurf.
We can't just assume the music the last 20 years is going down the drain.
Oh,
everybody,
man, don't say that shit while I'm eating. Damn you!
Got a big platform. They don't.
Oh, I'm so glad Jeff said that. Speaking of the music industry going down the drain, Here's another track that I made.
Time to rise a black man, don't you wait for them to choose. Neither blue suit nor the red tie is a friend you need to use. They both need your vote and voice, but they never show respect. Time you make them see the king that they trying to keep in check. Playtime is over, no more being a slave. Honor the ancestors resting in the grave. So keep your head up and keep it moving, black man, we have no friends. So keep your head up and keep it moving, black man, we have no friends. False prophets on the pulpit with a poison tongue. Word up, selling out the legacy that all our fathers won. They twist the sacred text for personal success. Leave the whole congregation drowning in the mess. Talking politics, but hide the real design. Erasing all the history, yeah, that's the bottom line. They devalue every sacrifice our people made. Another generation tragically misled and played. So wake up, it's a new day. See the lies defeating you. Stay woke to the truth, it's the only way to break through. Stay woke to the truth, it's the only way to break through. Time to rise a black man, don't you wait for them to choose. Neither blue suit nor the red tie is a friend you need to use. They both need your vote and voice, but they never show respect. Time you make them see the king that they trying to keep in check. Playtime is over, no more being a slave. Honor the ancestors resting in the grave. So keep your head up and keep it moving, black man, we have no friends. So keep your head up and keep it moving, black man, we have no friends. Blue suits claim they for the brothers, but we know the deal. Smile up in your face and stomp you under heel. They talking about a friendship, but the truth is plain to see. Another knife stuck in your back for their own victory. The red ties ain't no better, at least they show their hand. Open with the malice, that's the only plan. Word, they dishonor all the ancestors who paid the highest price, selling out the future for a comfortable life. So keep your head up, black man, the path is yours to make. In this crooked game of power, we ain't got no friends, for goodness sake. So keep your head up, black man, the path is yours to make. Time to rise a black man, don't you wait for them to choose. Neither blue suit nor the red tie is a friend you need to use. They both need your vote and voice, but they never show respect. Time you make them see the king that they trying to keep in check. Playtime is over, no more being a slave. Honor the ancestors resting in the grave. So keep your head up and keep it moving, black man, we have no friends. So keep your head up and keep it moving, black man, we have no friends. Nah, we ain't waiting on the blue suits, that's a fool's errand. All they ever offer you is empty words, the truth is barren. If your mission can't find traction here, you gotta get to moving. Go explore the world and build the future that you're proving. So keep your head up, black man, don't you stumble, don't you fade. The whole wide world is yours, a new foundation must be made. We have no friends on Wall Street, we have no friends in DC. Just the power in our bloodline for the whole wide world to see. So keep your head up, black man, don't you stumble, don't you fade. The whole wide world is yours, a new foundation must be made. Black man, don't you wait for them to choose. Neither blue suit nor the red tie is a friend you need to use. They both need your vote and voice, but they never show respect. Time you make them see the king that they trying to keep in check. Playtime is over, no more being a slave. Honor the ancestors resting in the grave. So keep your head up and keep it moving, black man, we have no friends. So keep your head up and keep it moving, black man, we have no friends. So keep your head up.
We have no friends.
None.
Mean that they're actually connecting with the audience. And if they're into politics and they're getting political people to come to their platform, and then when you listen to them, like, how did they get that? Are they super charismatic? Are they really well learned? Do they go to? Are they a specialist at something? Or did they get the kickbacks like many others did when they did those softball interviews for these political figures?
And the point about the manosphere election, Scott Galloway, who I know you brothers know who he is, he made the point right after the elections in 24. He made the point to Anderson Cooper on CNN that the manosphere election came out for Donald Trump. And he made the point that when Donald Trump listened to his youngest son is Barron Trump. And Barron Trump, this is, by the way, you can look this up for yourself. Wall Street Journal talks about this. It's a matter of public record. Barron Trump said, listen, Dad, you want to have to get with the brothers, the bros, if you will, are doing podcasts. That's where, if you want to reach young men, that's where they are. So Donald Trump listened to his son, went to all the bro podcasts, all the white podcasts, and he culminated with Joe Rogan. According to Scott Galloway at the time, that one podcast, and he was there for 3 hours. That's how Joe Rogan does. You sit there and you talk for 3 hours. That one podcast got Donald Trump over 60 million views. And that's what did it. That's what put him over the top with the election. So your point, Jeffrey, saying, and we know that the Democrat Party has spent $20 million in trying to get men back into the party. We know that. We know that. That's a matter of public record.
It's the kicker.
Well, they're doing a piss ass job of it. That's for damn sure.
If they spent tens of millions of dollars, if money's unaccounted for with the election campaign situation, if influencers and people were getting paid off to do 20-second speeches to talk about her, if why would you not assume that there's some type of nefarious money going on? We see what's happening in Minneapolis right now. So y'all think all these platforms is popping up over the last 2 years that's liberal and Democrat that nobody was really checking for like that? All of a sudden now come on, y'all, wake up. They're just like the artists of today that can't sing, that aren't that talented, but keep getting put in your face over and over and keep getting hits made for them. There's now podcasts.
Don't talk about Sexy Red and Glorilla like that. Don't talk about Sexy Red like that. Don't talk about half these male rappers like that.
Influencers
only half
who are getting checks for the liberal Democratic establishment, and half of them, they're not saying things. I can understand FD signifier getting that check if they're even sending one his way, which they're probably not. At least I can understand that. Most people that are now getting these big opportunities are nothing like FD signifier. They don't have the background. They don't have the pedigree. He's about to finish getting his, I think his PhD.
Oh, he's finally going to do it.
Yeah, I think, actually, I mean, he was, let me take that back. He was close to being done. He was in
he dropped out. That I do know.
Right.
Yeah.
So the point I'm making is you understand the caliber of somebody that can get access to those type of big ass guests. You ain't just pop a camera up and all of a sudden you whatever. And what I'm basically saying is I'm watching really big platforms get really big guests, and I'm not impressed with the person who's hosting them. There's a major disconnect.
You know, there was an album, and I'm telling on my age here because I'm the senior man here. There was an album by an outfit called Public Enemy. Some of you may have heard of it. Public Enemy, a rap group of the 90s. Their second album, their first album was Yo Bum Rush the Show, came out 40 years ago. Their second effort came out a couple years later, called It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. And it had on the cover Chuck D and Flavor Flav in jail, behind bars. And it said there, it takes a nation of millions to hold us back. That's what makes me think about the black manosphere. I'm thinking about this. The manosphere in general, when you got the white side of it, I'm talking on the black side. If they're going to these lengths to keep us from getting the word out, brother, they got Kevin passed away. They banned me from YouTube. You got a situation that you deal with. It's so intense, you can't even discuss it at the moment, Jeff. You've been attacked, Darwin. They've tried to cancel the Black Manosphere Conclave on several occasions, try to have it canceled. I mean, it just goes to show you the lengths to which they're going to try to kill this thing.
Yes.
That says something to me. Because like you said, we don't have, millions of dollars and all that sort of thing, and politicians and policymakers and this and that. We don't have all of that.
Most really don't.
I mean, we're working it out like the Taliban in Afghanistan in the mountains somewhere with some AK-47s and a couple grenades. That's what we working with, like the Viet Cong or something. Going up against the strongest military in the world. Okay, that's the analogy there. We the Taliban working it out with a couple rifles. It's telling me, what is it about us that they're willing to go to such lengths to try to shut the whole thing down?
I'm gonna tell you this, man. If you were truly irrelevant, and if you didn't have an impact, you wouldn't even be acknowledged at all. So the thing that you guys have been doing for a while, and I know you're like, oh, we're bringing truth, we're waking men up. I don't think you know truly what that means for a system that's predicated on men staying asleep and women being propped up in the positions that they are. This system is the system that is designed and thrives off of division, off of female-led households and communities, knowing that female emotions can be manipulated and utilized for advertisers to the way in which they do, knowing that women are much more susceptible not only to propaganda, but also to what Helen Andrews discussed in terms of the dynamics, even in the workplace and in certain environments. They are more susceptible to giving in to social pressure. So if you can empower the women and condition them and control them, you can dictate society. So when women's tricks, schemes, and the law, it's starting to not be as effective anymore because men are moving different. They're not putting themselves, not all of them are putting themselves in the legal.
What's going on, Azrael?
Salutations. What's going on? Good evening, guys.
What's up, Azrael? How's it going?
Can't complain. I was listening to you guys on my way home from work.
Okay.
Man.
You have a long night at work?
Yeah. The grind,
Yeah, understood.
Yeah. as a younger millennial, I'm just curious, like, if there's a, the girl in with the natural fro, she's saying, okay, if the
Brianna.
premise, yeah, Brianna, there's a male loneliness epidemic. Yet you're saying that these supposedly men that the women or your peers and your contemporaries are getting with, they don't want to commit. It's like there's a cognitive dissonance. Okay, you're talking about, oh, these men are lame because they don't have any charm to them, but it's at the same time you're still complaining about the men that you're pursuing not wanting it and settle down. So are we talking about the same men? Even FD Signifier had to ask her, like, okay, you guys have, he basically saying, you guys have this list.
He knows he had to tiptoe. He's like, oh shit,
he got
exposed. He got
it's
exposed.
like he doesn't, I wish
he knows we're right. But he's making too much money.
You don't. Yep.
Bread tube is bread. I'll give him that. And if he came out and said, hey, guys, don't be out. I guess you don't have to be outright about it, but like, hey, this is my lane and I'm doing what works for me and my family. We would have the utmost respect for him and we would let bygones be bygones, like it was the Crusades, Like not all the Christians had beef with the Muslims. Some did in some levels, and some there was mutual respect. But it's this, he knows how women are. He's like, oh, yeah, I have single friends, but with those single friends, would you qualify? Do you feel as though those single friends qualify to date you? And she knows what is up. And we know, I mean, the whole thing of her having an ex-white boyfriend, we already know how that is. I've always said this. White men can be George Costanza, but your black ass better be Morris Chestnut.
Absolutely right.
Yeah, I have no doubt that her and her single friends get plenty of dick that comes through there. But and no, I'm not calling Brianna a slut or anything.
But she is a liberal woman, so I'm sure she exercises her own, as they love to proclaim. They exercise their bodily autonomy, right?
Yes, her body, her choice. I mean, what she does in the bedroom is her business. Don't get twisted.
Oh, goodness, have I heard that a time or two or three or 400?
Right. So they're complaining about not settling. But you never hear them say this. Some of them will say they are celibate, but many of them don't say that. They omit that part out. Oh, I'm not settling, but are you celibate?
No.
So
hell no.
And the higher earning man that she probably won't probably don't want to deal with her.
Right. So she's stuck in a rock and a hard place. She's almost like a.
I was telling Z this the other. Mr. Z covered this the other day, and I telling watching that stream was kind of depressing because I'm up front. That's a waste of pretty. I'm sorry. Given the opportunity, yes.
Cute. See, here's the thing, and I know I'm not getting on you about this, or I'm not harping on it. I would say cute. Pretty, I think, is different. Is level. Cute and pretty are two different things.
Okay, fair enough.
And I'm not.
That's fair.
The reason why I say that is because people calling her pretty is where she's ending up right now. Where she believes that I'm pretty, even though that.
Well, yeah, BTS has a term for pretty. She has pretty girl problems.
Yeah, but she's more of. If you put her, I don't know where you guys are, but you put her in LA, in downtown LA, she's considered.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I forgot you LA guys. That's a whole different market.
You put her down in Miami, she's considered cute.
Okay.
Would that be the case? Let me ask you this, Azriel. Being from a big city myself, would that be the case in any big city or just specific to Los Angeles?
No, Los Angeles mainly. I have a bias.
Okay.
I have a bias because I love LA. But I think LA has the best looking woman in variety because it's not just, you have black, you have mixed with everything, not just black.
Yeah.
And you have whites there, you have Hispanics, you have Asians, right? Like look
right.
Like
that's why I asked the question, because there's the same kind of melting pot in Chicago where I'm from.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that's the main reason I asked the question, because as I said, you mentioned Los Angeles, I mentioned Chicago. They're two of the biggest cities in the country. The biggest one, of course, being New York.
Right.
In fact, 1 through 3 goes New York, Los Angeles, and then Chicago. That's why I posed the question.
Right. I mean, think about it this way. Carucci is from LA. Do you think she's like on a, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Carucci. That was Chris Brown's ex. And you know, Carucci used to work at the mall. At Culver City Mall, which is in West Hollywood. So imagine somebody that looked like Carucci working at a mall. So this is why I say, and I'm not trying to make it as though, to put things into perspective, right? I say pretty, like, when, and I'm like I said, I'm not trying to like harp on her, like, oh, she's not pretty. She's an attractive woman. Would I holler at her if she wasn't a feminist nutcase? Well, maybe, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's a feminist nutcase, so I'm not going to deal with her. But still,
but her perception, like, she's been taught her life she's pretty, you know, nice complexion, barely any blemishes, and she got the natural fro. You know, that's a black man's kryptonite. A woman with natural hair. That's my
and she a red bone. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I thought she was kind of like my complexion. I don't know, but you know, like long story short, though, it's like her being considered pretty and oh, you're natural and stuff. A lot of people throughout her whole life, her ass has been kissed. Right?
Yes.
And she hasn't put this in perspective. At best, you're like an adjustable 6. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, and then on top of that, she was talking about how she made more money than you know, she was alluding to the fact that she made more money than the men.
Yeah, that's all she could get. Because
exactly.
Because if I'm not mistaken, she's in Washington, D.C., and she probably can't get the upper crust of the black men there.
The upper 1%, right?
I mean, the upper 1% of the black and white men there. Probably more likely white men, but anyway.
She could, but she would be in a rotation, and that's not what she. That's not what she. Did.
Yeah, and she mentioned that she don't want to be the in the rotation.
See, I didn't even hear that part, but that's how it is. You're talking about a major black city that most of the people are either working in government, right, or they're doing some kind of government contract. They're either lawyers, right? They're working in IT. They're doing some kind of government contract. These people easily make over 150K easy.
Right? Yes.
DC. Right. Black people we're talking about, right? George County, right? So she, you know, like I said, she doesn't. The ironic thing, I didn't even know she was from DC, but I'm putting everything in perspective. She's an adjustable 6 that's trying to bat out of her league, and the fact that she talks about, oh, I've made more money, that means. Okay, the guys that you wanted never taken you seriously, so you had somebody that you believed is beneath you, when it's really not beneath you. Because if you think about it now, let's say she had a nice government cushy job during like the Biden administration or when Obama was in office.
No, they hate her, but anyway.
Okay. You know.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah. She's too much of a lefty for the establishment of the Democrat Party, so they don't like her at all.
But yeah, man, I just think, you know, the whole thing about this loneliness epidemic, I'm like, if there's such a loneliness epidemic for men, why are women complaining that men are not approaching them?
Yep.
The guys are not coming to the clubs anymore. Guys are not coming to mixers. You had all these women complaining that they never had a Valentine's, but there's a male loneliness epidemic. You know?
Yeah, I saw a chick online talking about why won't guys pay to come to mixers? I'm like, why would I pay to go get rejected or get chosen?
Exactly. Why would I pay to be part of a rejection ritual?
Right.
I have never been to a mixer in my life. I would never pay to be at a mixer, and I never want or need to go to a mixer.
Why would I pay to go be on Pop of the Balloon for a humiliation ritual?
And see, women don't know.
On top of that, Jody found my crazy ass.
Right.
By the way, Pop the Balloon is so bad, even Bowser had to call it out.
Damn.
That's how much of that's how much of an effect it had on the dating pool. Even Bowser called it out.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not.
Was this recently?
Wow.
This was a few months ago. Even what is her name?
I gotta look in the archives for that, because I have a lot of beef with her. because of the fact that with the whole thing of college education.
For Fort Harriet, I think Kimberly Crenshaw. No, it's not her name.
Kimberly Foster. No, I know who it is. I know who it is. You didn't have to. Don't worry about saying that because she's like
Kim Foster. I don't care. I'll say her name.
Okay, she's like quote unquote the Voldemort of this.
Space. Yeah, the four feminists.
Yeah, I have an issue with her.
Azriel, I playfully hate you for mentioning Voldemort because my wife and I just did a I can't think of the term right now. My brain's blank. We watched the entire Harry Potter series.
Like binge watch.
Thank you. That is the term I'm looking for.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
We did a binge watch on Harry Potter.
That sounds hella dope. Like that's great. That would have been great during the snowstorm.
You know what? I can't tell you. Even over the course of 8 years, no matter what the weather, what the stuff we have binge watched or binge listened to, because she got me hooked on Audible, and now I can't put it down.
Let me guess. Is she? I will put money on it. She's a Game of Thrones fan.
Oh yeah, binge watch that sumbitch too.
And are you? Because it's funny. I grew up. I'm not the biggest Trekkie Star Trek fan. I watch it, definitely, but my mom is a Trekkie fan.
I'm a big Trekkie.
We're more Star Wars.
Okay,
fair enough.
We're more Star Wars than Star Trek. I mean, I got into Star Trek for a bit, but then I got introduced to Star Wars, and then I played the video game Star Wars with my dad.
Nice.
So I've been, and aside of that, one of my favorite actors / voice actors is James Earl Jones.
Yes.
As Darth Vader.
Yes, all right.
So I'm more Star Wars than Star Trek.
I am more Star Wars myself, but in the house, like Star Trek is the biggest thing. My mom said she grew up watching it in Jamaica, like watching Picard. And I like Kirk, but
I'm old school. I'm old school. Give me James Kirk and his crew any day.
Right. And it's so funny to me.
I can go either way as a Trekkie.
Right.
Actually, my favorite captain, however, Picard's a good second, but Benjamin Sisko.
Yes. My mom said he's underrated because he's a black actor, and some people.
But he has a son, and he's masculine. He's so masculine. Even Worf had to look like, you really want me to do that shit? Really?
And you know what's crazy? You just gave me an epiphany. I forgot about his son because his son used to date. No, his son did not. He used to hang out with the what's the one they always like scheming and scamming? What's that alien?
Dog.
Yeah, but what's their race called again? The
Ferengi.
The Ferengi. Yeah.
Ferengi.
They were always. And he would like they would try to go on double dates, but the Ferengi. Acting like the Ferengi would acting like Nick Fuentes,
By the way, rest in peace to that actor that played Nog. He passed away. Sadly.
Oh wow,
yeah. So did Odo's actor.
Man.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So did Odo's actor, the Changelings actor. So
yeah. But I want to say shout out to that show because growing up, right. And I'm a 90s baby. That show wasn't aired as much as the other Star Trek shows. Even the one with Voyager with Janeway, I think Jane.
Yeah, that's the one I didn't watch. I'm actually watching that, going back and binge watching that now.
I grew up a lot watching it, so like I remember, and I ain't gonna hold you. I thought 7 and 9 was sexy as hell. Like,
yeah, I purposely watched that section, and and her storyline is excellent.
Yeah, it is. It is. I like.
That's why and it's also one of the reasons why I'm giving these feminists writing these Mary Sue storylines the side eye. I'm like, you morons, the writing's right there.
Right. It's so easy, especially with all the effects that we have now. It's like it's nothing. I could do it, and I'm not the biggest Trekkie fan, but I can make a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Whereas as Kevin, when it comes to Star Wars, believe it or not, my favorite Sith Lord is actually a woman.
Is
Okay.
it the one with the double blades that was fighting in the Clone Wars, or
No, this is a more obscure. She comes from the Old Republic era. Her name is Darth Treya.
okay, was she like an apprentice from Plagueis or no?
No.
Okay.
This is thousands of years before Plagueis.
Okay.
How about a happy birthday today, since it's February 22nd, to the one and only Julius Irving?
Oh man, I didn't even know it was his birthday today.
It's Dr. J's birthday. Happy birthday, Dr. J.
Dr. J's
Happy
birthday is
birthday,
today.
Dr. J.
I got a question for you guys.
Mhm.
Which video game or games, for the most part, ate up all your allowance when you were growing up? Oh, your top three. How about your top three? Because if we try to limit it to one, then we're gonna have like what 700 other choices behind
Wrestling
that.
games.
Say it again.
WWE wrestling games.
Okay.
RPG games.
Mm-hmm.
I got believe it or not, I really got into RPGs when they came out with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, there
in
you
the
go.
2000s. And that's where I learned from Dark Treya from. She's in the second game, and I would mean to tell BGS used to play that game because that Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 is the most black pill Star Wars story I've ever seen. That story is pure black pill. I kid you not. If you play, I guarantee you play that game as a Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
The first time, the second playthrough,
yeah,
you will turn to the dark side and kill those motherfuckers.
That was the biggest thing with the Jedi. They were too.
Let me put it to you this way: as much as I despise Darth Sidious,
yeah,
I would help Darth Sidious kill those Jedi.
Oh Jesus!
In that game, they also have the scariest Sith Lord I've ever seen in Star Wars lore. His name is Darth Nihilus. Remember that line in the episode 4 when Darth Vader told that the Imperial officer the ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's very real. Darth Nihilus was called the Lord of Hunger.
Okay.
He used the Force to drain planets.
Mm.
His Star Destroyer is literally the scariest shit I've ever seen.
Wow.
You said Darth
Star Wars media. His ship is the scariest thing I've ever seen in any Star Wars media. Remember what I called him, the Lord of Hunger. Everybody that works in that ship is being drained by the Force. It's the creepiest thing I've ever seen in Star Wars.
Damn.
And you have to go kill him. So there's that. But all his officers are just husk being drained by the Force.
Damn. You said what was the destroyer called? The Star Destroyer?
No, I don't remember the name of his ship, but just look up Darth Nihilus. That dude, that is one of the scariest Sith Lords in lore.
No, I've seen his face. I'm looking at it now. I've seen his
face.
face.
He has a mask.
Dang, he looks like Darth Maul a little bit. It reminds me of Darth Maul somewhat. So.
To give you an idea how dark this dude is, quite frankly, Darth Vader was probably more human.
Oh man.
It's worse than you think. He was just his body was just a husk. He was basically just pure dark energy.
Man.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Darth Vader was probably more human than this dude.
That's scary.
Yeah.
I can say the three games that ate up most of my allowance, and I know I'm dating myself when I say these three games, or my top three, were Pac-Man, Centipede, and Pole Position.
Now, as far as arcades, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat ate a lot of my money too.
all 4 games.
I'm not going to even let Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. When I started working, especially when I was down in North Carolina, I found a little corner store that had both Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
That's why I had the Legacy Collection, just for nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll give you my third option. I'll give you another game that I ate up.
Okay.
And yes, I know I'm in the Black Manosphere. No, I don't give a shit if you have a problem with it.
Say it.
Tomb Raider.
Oh, there you go.
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider's cool. I like
yes. I've always been a fan of Lara Croft, and I'm excited for the next game to come out because they're finally doing what I've wanted to do for years. This to remake the original story again.
You know, an old video game that I just found, just looking up stuff that I haven't seen in forever.
What would
Do
that
y'all
be?
remember a game called Burger Time?
No.
Well, it's my era of video games, but
Okay.
It's
we were still kids when that came out. We were still toddlers when that came out.
Yeah.
For me, it would be see, I played a lot of games spanning across like time. Like I had the first Nintendo system. So I had the first Super Mario Brothers. I had the Super Nintendo. I had the original one, the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Man, me and Super Mario had a fight.
Yeah. I would always have to ask my older friends to help me beat it because I couldn't beat it.
Me and that Super Mario series 1, 2, and 3 had a fight.
Yeah, we all had a fight with Super Mario.
Me and Super Mario had a fight. And when we got the Nintendo system, my parents got us the Nintendo system and found out that we had Super Mario and Duck Hunt. Yeah, I was up late when I shouldn't have been.
Oh yeah.
You're not the only one. Let me tell you. My mom, I used to play video games, but then my mom, it's crazy how addictive it was. My mom, I would wake up and my mom is playing like Super Mario at like 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. That's when I realized like how addictive games were. I'm talking, I wasn't even 10 years old at the time. And
yeah, when I hear mostly older people talking about y'all play too many video games, I tell them I will stop playing video games when I stop seeing people your age in the damn GameStop. So good luck with that.
Right.
I can show you videos of 80 and 90-year-olds playing video games.
I went to Japan 2 years ago. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I've seen guys from my age, right, early 30s, all the way until they're like 60s. Literally, they're in there. You would think they worked at a corporate company. As soon as they're done work, they go into this building and it's nothing but guys sitting on a desk playing either Pokemon cards or playing video games. Like
what's driving me crazy, and this is probably the other reason why the dating market shit right now.
What's that?
Well, hell, it's late enough. I can say it. There are actually bitches out here talking about a guy can't play. A guy better not be playing video game. That's for kids. I'm like, I'm sorry. Now, in all fairness, if you're over fit, I could understand somebody over 60 saying that. But if you're in my age bracket, shut the fuck up.
I mean, let me tell you something. I've seen girls on the train in Japan, like playing with a Game Boy. I've seen some of the thickest Coke bottle shaped chicks.
Dr. Charles, when he goes to BlairCon, he'll tell you.
Because I love One Piece. I'm a big One Piece fan.
Yeah,
and I see women like that are like my age and older, like in their 30s, and they look nice, like Coke bottle shape. Like I'm talking about like curvaceous Japanese women in there looking for One Piece memorabilia. Like it's a whole different ball game in ages. So if you're having trouble with like finding a girl that doesn't accept you playing video games, your best bet is to try to more likely try to get an Asian chick, and she'll definitely be down. Like,
Oh, sorry.
everything else got to be on point though. Like make sure your credit score and everything is good.
Right.
You know.
I tell you what's funny. I tell you what's funny, Azriel. That comment you mentioned about some women saying that. Repeat your comment again, because I quickly forgot it about a woman saying God should not be playing video games or something like that. I know I butchered it. So would you say it again, please?
I think I forgot. I kind of forgot what I was saying. I can't remember. Like to the point that God
Stay off the weed.
shouldn't be playing video games, and I forgot what it was specifically though. But
do you know with a comment like that how Jody and I would be laughing at people who say that kind of shit?
Man.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Before you guys continue, AB.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're gonna hate me for this, but I gotta let my inner soy boy come out for a moment.
What?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
This looks like an FD Signifier channel to you,
soy boy.
No, how dare you? How dare you go with FD Signifier like that? He was about the boys. That is wrong. Leave FD Signifier alone.
Oh my God.
Okay, let me put him back away and let me be myself.
What was that dude's name that did that with Britney Spears? That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, that's the dude I'm talking about. That's the dude I went about.
I don't know if he's around.
Leave Britney alone.
Oh yeah, that shit was flagging. Leave Britney alone.
Okay, and now back to our regularly scheduled discussion about video games.
What you talking about? This little number right here.
All right, fellas. Today we're talking about how real strength means lifting people up, supporting LGBTQ folks, supporting feminism. Those are powerful choices. What we don't want to be is a toxic man like this guy here, AB Media 83.
Hey guys, got him! Why would we be doormats for our moms and other girls? Yeah, you're a weak male, mister. We ain't trying to end up like that. For real.
Man, you hear how he broke that down?
Yeah. Look, at least AB Media 83 is not going to sit here and lie in our face. Straight facts.
For real. He keeps it 100.
That's why we watch it.
First of all, I laughed my ass off when I saw that, and like Brian would say, you ain't got a lick of sense, man.
You ain't got a lick of goddamn sense.
Oh,
Damn
by the
it.
way,
yeah.
Just in case you run into chicks that still want to choose the bear, here's my 2026 edition.
I choose the bear. I feel safer with the bear. When are you going to pay my rent?
When are you going to live in reality?
I choose the bear!
Lord, bless this food I'm about to receive. Amen. Amen. Amen.
You asshole.
What can I say? What can I say?
That's all I got to say as I'm
What
sitting here.
in the all types of blue hell?
Not even that. You just you asshole.
No, what in the all kinds of no. What in the all types of skittle hell?
He sent that to me, and I walked away laughing.
Oh, by the way,
You needed a good laugh, fam.
To any of the sisters that may be watching that have been traumatized by SAA abuse and talk about black men don't talk about enough about it. Well, I got a video. Believe it or not, I got a video for you too.
Oh no.
If we're gonna talk about sex abuse in our community, we have to call out the big mamas who keep it a secret and sweep it under the rug. Amen. I said it.
Now, do you still want to have that conversation?
In good faith. In good faith.
In good faith.
And be truthful about it.
Do you really want to have that conversation with me? Most likely not, because you can't talk about Big Mama like that.
I can have that conversation with certain people.
Yeah.
I can't have that. I've met somebody who has survived that shit on 3 different occasions. and that shocked me. I've met I know someone who went through that stuff. I've also, I live in Norway, by the way, folks. Next door, they talk about Sweden having the highest rates of that stuff, although nobody understands some of the laws and how they define it can kind of misconstrue it.
Yeah.
But abuse is abuse.
It is.
Yep. And we need to have this conversation. Oh, by the way, shout out to Cain Velasquez, who recently got released from doing his stint for attempting to take out the person who apparently violated his son. He just got released recently. And he got released. And I remember Sean Strickland. I don't agree with a lot of the things he says, but as somebody who suffered abuse, child abuse himself, he could relate and said, it's a shame Cain went to jail for attempted deletion when that person deserved to die. When I'm like, no, they should have instead of doing that, Cain should have been told, hang back, let the law deal with it, because I know you want to lash out, but that's not going to undo the damage that's been to your child. You need to be, your job right now is to help your kid overcome what they went through.
Yeah, y'all think let's have a little fun here because we've been doing a lot of serious stuff for the last 2 hours.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Y'all think my AI skits are bad? Take a look at some of these.
Who is that floozy?
My wife.
Sorry, my bad.
Walk right through her. That's fucked up.
Who is that floozy?
My wife.
Sorry, my bad.
They both got some sexy legs, though. I'll give them that much.
You think you're tough? Bring it on! I don't think, I know!
Damn!
You think...
Oh, shit.
Oh, no. Wait.
Here's Johnny.
What the fuck? What the plunger?
Here's Johnny.
Oh, gosh.
Tonight we make it official. At the Royal Rumble, the championship is on the line. Both of you sign,
You
and
can't
this
make
becomes
this shit
legally
up.
binding.
You walk into this thinking you're prepared. You have no idea what I am. I will not defeat you. I will dismantle you. I will carve your confidence out of you. I will leave you on that canvas, unable to stand, unable to speak, unable to ever challenge me again. You won't leave the same way you walked in.
You talk about destruction like it's power, but all I hear is a man afraid of losing. I'm not walking into that ring to survive you. I'm walking in to end you.
Oops.
Look at Vince.
You're even stupider than you look. You think this is honor? You didn't even read it. I added something. No disqualification. No countouts. Anything goes. But that's not the part you should be worried about if I win. Splinter belongs to me.
You motherfucker. You don't get to say his name. You don't get to touch him.
Your anger makes you predictable.
Shut the fuck up and listen to me, you piece of shit. You want Splinter? Then you're gonna have to go through me.
Yes. Show me.
Damn music.
The hell?
You challenge Shredder, you will be the last one.
Let him go! Break it up! Let him go! No! Stop! You're killing him!
But pull apart.
I'll see you at the Royal Rumble.
Whoa.
Oh, gosh.
Gotcha! Oh my! He's still trying. Okay, you're safe. It's all right, Mama. You're okay now.
With her
You're
bunny.
Why did he have to like white girl? What about me? You wasted my time, so now the whole world will pay the price. I'll take every spark this universe can give me and end the planet you love so much. Why did he have to like white girl?
That's Marissa Rambo, I think her name was Photon.
About me? You wasted my time, so now the whole world will pay the price. Ready, set, go!
Oh my God!
Oh!
Excuse you? Chihuahua versus bully. Excuse me. What'd you do to my pup?
Goodbye.
The squeaky back there. Come here.
Yeah.
Oh, my ass, Tommy, get my... Sit down. Oh, wait. Watch this.
Oh, here's my favorite.
The hell? What in the Cinderella? Talk about a fat cat. What, the Tom and Jerry? Oh, here's a rap for you. Here's a rap for you guys. Oh, shit! That's a caracal cub. Oh, shit. Oh! Oh, damn.
I hereby sentence you to 30 days in custody.
Let's make it 31, so I won't have to see your face again. You're in contempt of court, and you're in need of a haircut.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Verily I say unto you, whosoever joins Big Back Church shall inherit eternal chicken.
Oh, damn.
Whosoever joins Big Back Church.
The first church of Big Backs.
Oh, that's too funny. Big Back Church.
Big shall inherit eternal chicken.
John inherited turtle chicken.
All right. All right, on that note, I gotta go to bed. I have a noon game tomorrow. My wife has to work in the morning, so I gotta get her out of here. I will see you guys later on.
All right, big guy, just a quick shot and we're done.
See you tomorrow, man. Good luck.
See you later.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, big guy,
I'll be
just
on
a
at
quick
noon.
shot and we're done.
Have you ever seen actual? All right. Pause. I've seen some clips of where dogs go to the veteran, where they go to the vet, and how they be acting whenever they got to get a shot or something like that. Some of the funniest shit. Well, not really.
All right, big guy, just a quick shot and we're done.
There's one of they were something look at each other.
Oh, this shit's hilarious.
Oh!
Look at that big ass flip flop.
Beat his ass.
Look at that big ass flip flop, though.
Yeah, that big. La chancla grande. La chancla grande.
Just little.
Chancla grande, like.
Just little.
that the kind of shit that be happening?
Not really, not like that. That's a reaction. That's AI right
Easy,
there.
little guy. Just a quick pinch and we're done.
What's a Rottweiler doing there? You know that doesn't make any sense.
1, 2, 3.
1,
That's AI.
2.
What is going on here? Oh my god. 1, 2.
He's like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna eat that chicken by myself.
It's a bone. Uh-oh. No. Slide the door open.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Oh my god.
Go ahead, eat.
That's AI.
What are you
No.
doing, Milo? Oh no, buddy, don't. Oh, buddy. Uh-oh.
You're definitely AI.
That's AI. Hey, cats will jump out of water immediately.
What are you doing, Milo? Oh no, buddy, don't.
接下来我就不客气了，你能怎么不客气？
What the hell?
I saw another one. It wasn't like this exactly.
接下来我就不客气了，你能怎么不客气
？Stop! Stop! Stop! Look! Look! Shut up! Shut up! Ooh. That's a kitten. I'll get the newborn. Oh shit! Ow! Wasn't it Tom and Jerry?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a cheetah. That's a caracal cub. Ooh, the caracal right there. Like, sit your ass down. Get off him.
Man, their hiss is so loud, man.
You are an embarrassment to Klingon.
Damn.
What the hell are you?
That's the
That was
Genie Ashiri. That's Genie Ashiri, by the way. Yeah, the Genie Ashiri who plays that character.
Yeah, unfortunately, I love this AI because it sums up how I feel about the new Star Trek Starfleet Academy.
Yeah.
That is a female Jim Hadar.
Jin Hadar mixed with Jin Hadar Klingon mix.
Yep.
From what I
And,
understand.
I'm on record. That character is single-handedly BGS's fault.
Oh, AB. Now, come on, man. Don't be hard on the old man like that.
No. That character is single-handedly BGS's fault. Give me 1 second.
So it's all daddy's fault. Okay, it's daddy's fault. I get that.
BGS's fault. You want to know why it's BGS's fault?
Because he talked about the Klingon mating ritual and such.
No, not only that, but he linked Jim Hadar to black men. And somebody probably saw that shit and created that character.
Ooh.
And I don't get it twisted. I've told him this directly on during his Patreon, and he laughed. He's like, "Yeah, it probably is my fault."
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the actress who plays
directly. Don't get it twisted. Oh, here she is.
I get it. Yeah, that's Gina Yashiri. That's Gina Yashiri, British Nigerian. who's LGBT plus.
Yeah.
Her character and Tig Notaro's character are in a relationship, and Tig Notaro. And Tig Notaro is LGBT plus as well. You know, when people talk, speaking of Tig Notaro, and this is relevant to our conversation, because you remember, like whenever October comes, I change my avatar to John Shaft, right? Because Richard Roundtree, may he rest in peace, was a breast cancer survivor, and brothers need to understand we can all get affected by breast cancer as well. But a lot of women, when they want to talk about breast cancer, they talk about the women in their lives. And the LGBT community, Tig Notaro is somebody who talks about undergoing a double mastectomy when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she owns up to being flat-chested, having both hers, removed as a result. So I say, like, hey, more power to y'all. But let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it, let's keep everything on the table. And let's be honest about these conversations, just like we were having these conversations about this, that, and the third. Ooh. Ooh. Ow. Ow. Ooh. Jack Reacher versus John Wick. The hell? Ooh. This makes more sense on Mortal Kombat 11. Next. What the? Ow!
Uh-oh.
Off the top.
Enough.
Oh, we've seen this before, haven't we?
Yep.
Hey, what that baby do to you, Rock?
They got to get revenge, though.
Jumping senton off the top. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some other ones.
What did I miss earlier, by the way? What did I miss earlier about the discussion? Because, me and Charles were talking about this on his stream. We figured, come over here. Sorry we were late.
We were talking, we covered FD, did a stream with Brianna Joy Gray. And then Jeff was talking about the stream FD did with those soy boys the other day. Essentially.
It doesn't help. Yeah, we should call them out for they are young, naive boys, but calling them soy boys, I think is getting really played out.
Okay.
I'm not saying that if you act in a certain way, you should be called as such. But we're talking about young men who've been indoctrinated, right?
Fair enough.
If we're gonna help them, I remember saying this on Compassionate and Callous. We're gonna have to scale back the insults a little bit, because if we're gonna get these guys if we're willing to bring these guys over to our side, we got to cut back on the insults, because the minute we start calling them this stuff, they're going to be. This could just make them, harden their resolve. So we talk to. We have to talk. Saggy titty versus a dwarf.
Excuse me. Look, is you serious? I'm so sorry. You doing too much. You need to be more careful. You knocking me down with your. What you got going on?
This is a sign if you're being abused. If you're ever in a situation where you're being
Wait for it.
You cannot. This is a sign if you're being abused. If you're ever in a situation, this is a sign if you're being abused. If you're ever in a situation where you're being, if you're in a situation where you're being abused and you cannot. This is a.
Now, I specifically said I wanted to keep
The boy looked like Jar Jar Binks.
Conversation in 2025, but a bitch wanted to play with me today. So let's play. Whoever the fuck this is decided they wanted to stitch one of my videos from 2025 and talk about the statistics of bear encounters.
Alone in the forest with a bear in front of you or...
Okay, first of all, that voice. Come on now.
You'd be surprised how many cisgender women out there do actually have a deep voice like that.
Yeah.
And it's scary.
That's
especially
scary.
if they're like chain smokers and heavy drinkers.
A random man. And I
never gonna make me believe that women with a bunch of college degrees is getting outsmarted by a nigga with only a birth certificate. I'm just not.
Happens all the time. Happens every day.
First of all, we're all given birth certificates, jackass.
Mm-hmm.
Well, those of us who have that type of documentation, our births are all registered.
So offended when you call them a boy. Like, I'm not a boy, I'm a man. You're actually a bitch. I was just trying to be nice. Guys get so offended when you call them.
The uncomfortable truth is that, fellas, you need to take accountability for how you allow your woman to treat you.
So can I get your number?
Look, I got a girlfriend, shit.
Well, I don't see her around.
I mean, yeah, she's... Oh, she right there. You don't see her?
I don't see her.
She right
there. She
She can't fight worth a damn.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, let me explain why. So you.
And I don't know who need to hear this, but just because somebody has more than you does not mean.
I would say in today's time, 99.9999% of men have red flags up front. They're not husband material, you know?
Wow, you said that is your wife material.
What are some of the red flags you be seeing out here?
When dudes call me big money.
You know, if a man call you big money, he has no money.
Oh, I can't afford you. I know you can't, sir. I know.
Yeah.
I pulled up on a date. He opened my car door. He's like, okay, I see you big money. I drive a Kia. I didn't even ask you that, sir. But you just let me know your insecurities off.
Sound like you have no health insurance.
Nope.
You have no retirement plan. You don't even have a savings.
And you know, no savings account.
No
401k. No nothing.
The real gold diggers are the men that expect you to suck and fuck, wash their clothes, cook, clean, had their babies, manage that. He held the door open for you. That's bare minimum.
What?
He paid for the dinner. That's fucking bare minimum. He told you
I'm starting to wonder if she just AI because there's just no way.
That is bare minimum. He sent you money to pay your rent up for the rest of the year. Now that's T.
You cannot trust any woman that's with a man because women who date men are stone cold liars. Their whole personality is a lie.
Priscilla, don't talk about yourself like that. Really, Priscilla? Good Lord.
Everything about them is a lie. In order to
Do you
keep
think
a
she
man,
has
a woman
self-awareness?
No.
So
Exactly.
I hate when dudes be like, oh, I want a girl who love me, who's crazy about me. No, you don't. No, you don't. You want to know why? Because then we do some crazy girl shit. And then we'll be like, why you acting crazy? Why you locking me in this room? And this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted. This is what you asked for.
No, it's not.
You want somebody crazy about your ass.
And to be honest, one of the main reasons why I feel like black men are starting to come out and pander to black women now on like their content and videos is because they're starting to realize how openly racist white people really are.
These men are mad at the DL Whisperer because they've been getting off being a side chick. They've been getting off sitting back laughing at women. Oh, she think a man is faithful to her the whole time. He over here interested in me. Their egos have been...
Ladies, these men are not shit.
Oh,
oh for a minute, I thought. I'm sorry. For a minute, I thought that was a white woman who got burnt up like one of those Tom and Jerry cartoons from back in the day.
How are you a 2 talking like that?
I thought that was a white woman in blackface for a minute or something like that. It went through, it just came out of a chimney. God.
I was gonna post a longer video about it. But long story short, I just got off the phone, FaceTime with a lady who was engaged to a nigga who I was fucking with back in October.
Oh,
not only that, we was hunching. While we was hunching, she was in her first trimester, or just at the end of.
If y'all niggas think that Bro-Rilla and Finesse 2 times is some damn fools, make a trip to Memphis, man. You gonna be amused in ways you didn't think you could be amused.
Damn, she's
you gonna be amused.
Amazed and raised. Oh damn, that's funny.
I ain't going to Memphis. I ain't coming to Memphis.
My preference is only to date Caucasian women only. That is my preference. I don't need to answer you why. I'm not gonna give you a reason why.
Okay, you want to date Caucasian women only? I have no problem with that.
Hey, more power to you.
You have a problem with that? Anybody in the chat have a problem with that?
No, I feel bad for the white women over there on that side.
Yeah, she probably won't sit on them anyway.
That fucked up ass shit y'all be done taught us when we was younger, them generational ass curses where you feel like, oh, because that's your grandma, you ain't supposed to say nothing. No, grandma, you dead motherfucking wrong. Your ass lying and you know it. The truth ain't in your old ass, and you ain't gonna go to heaven running around here doing that shit you doing. I wouldn't give a fuck. The fuck?
She ain't lying.
Y'all be old and lying, young and stupid, making poor choice. Ain't never gonna be accountable for the shit you. I wouldn't give a fuck how old you is, what church you go to. Bitch, a lie is a lie. Ho, you're wrong when you're wrong. Bitch, you ain't right when you ain't right. We all have our moments. What the fuck is wrong with some of y'all, man? Y'all can't never just say, some of y'all be caught red-handed doing shit. My city got it bad. These niggas be done told on everybody. I'm talking about told. The people be having the black and white and all. They still be talking about Dan Tell. Bro, the shit typed up say you told. Like it's.
Oh, wait a minute, I gotta find the video that my boy 360 Smooth said did. Hold on, wait a minute. I'll just click on that.
Oh,
go
360 Smooth?
Yeah.
What's he saying now?
I gotta find the video. It's a duet, but it's hilarious.
Oh, it's a collaboration. All right.
Yeah, it's a collab video.
Oh God.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of here.
Hey Israel, how you holding up?
Oh, I think this is it.
You know what? Since everybody is having their crash out and they're making $1 million off their crash out, let me have my crash out. Because my crash out been waiting for years. Let me have my crash. My God, at 39 years old, I'm getting so tired of black women. The majority of y'all are absolutely trash. Y'all suck at being friends. Y'all think that y'all are the best gift given unto God. Y'all really don't take accountability so freaking ever. The hatred that y'all have against black men, I don't relate. And the pressure that you put on me while I'm around you to like black men because I'm around you, you can go to hell with that. Because I don't relate to you on that level, girl. I have a father. My daddy was active in my life. Father-daughter dances, endless fishing, tripping. He even did my hair, and no, my daddy is not gay. I don't relate to most of you black women. Let me take a pause. The fact that you can't even say that you love black men as a black woman without other black women trying to check you for wanting to love on a black man or desiring love from a black man is absolutely motherfreaking ridiculous. And y'all better be lucky I don't curse no more. I just got rebaptized literally about 2 Sundays ago. Y'all see that vein popping out the side of my neck because y'all get on my nerve. Let me continue.
Boy, she try to hold it in like you bitches like you can tell she like you.
might crash out. I can't find a man to save my life because all of you freaking women, specifically black women, because now I'm categorized as the same black women who y'all portray to be. The men can't see the difference, don't know the difference. Let me tell y'all how much black women ruin my dating life experience. Y'all come with all y'all bull crap expectations, and y'all don't even have audacity to have the very thing that y'all are demanding from these other men. Trump just need to go ahead and take y'all to that camp that he was talking about. I'm not going to miss y'all. I'm just saying, Lord, forgive me, but I'm not going to miss you. I can't even find a man because the men are thinking that all I want to do is use him, or I'm just too good to be true because all of y'all women done took a crap on these guys. The good ones at that. The good ones. The good ones were supposed to be off limits. How y'all mess up the good thing? How? Y'all are evil. Y'all are evil. I'm just going to cut it short before I get banned on this TikTok app. The queen of the crash outs. Queen of it. You know what? Since everybody...
Yeah, I had to show that crash out. That I was like, damn, that crash out was legendary.
She had every right to go off like that.
Yeah, that's true.
And 360 smooth, you're good brother for that.
Yeah, I send 360 smooth stuff all the time.
All right. Hey, FD, regarding the sorry, AB. Why I call you FD by accident? I'm sorry. AB, I was talking about this earlier with Charles about FD signifier.
Mm-hmm.
There was this analogy I thought of that came to mind because you grew up like we did. We're all the same age, and we all grew up watching the Monday Night Wars.
Yes.
And we all remember WCW's strategy competing with WWE is they decided to target a different demographic, an older demographic with their brand of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to how Sega, when they were competing with Nintendo, with the fourth generation. Remember that Sega does what Nintendo don't?
Yeah, what Nintendo don't.
With Nintendo, because remember it was in the first half of the 90s. They were with NES versus Super NES versus the Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Sega had decided to target an older demographic. The ones that were they were more focused on rated M and rated T games. In this case, FD in their group, they're going for the younger kids. They're not coming for the teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
The teenagers are lost cause. They're going for the little ones.
Yes.
The prepubescent ones, the little kids. Even I would not be surprised if they went as far young as kindergarten, pre-K, or even preschool age kids.
Sadly.
2, 4-year-olds we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And how long before they crash out, before they come and the ones who are able to overcome the indoctrination and reach out to us, how long before they crash out, before they do that? And to how severe will the crash outs be?
Great question.
And we got to we have to have a counter narrative to that.
Yeah, before we go, let me play this one I did on Roly Poly.
Ooh.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's an ugly ass DL Hewley. That's an ugly ass DL Hewley.
I know. But you think that picture's bad? Check this out.
All right, fellas, today we're talking about how real strength means lifting people up, supporting LGBTQ folks, supporting feminism. Those are
Look at those Simple Simons walk out. Yeah, our ancestors died for the right to blindly vote for the Democrats started by a slave owner.
Good jobs, boys. Now go to your Massa Clinton's house for your butter biscuits.
Beat the beat, yes, master. Beat the beat, yes, master. Yes, master.
Okay. When I look at Roly Poly,
mm-hmm.
I'm thinking a lot of brothers need to get on that Dick Gregory. Secondly, Why does D.L. Hewley look like Sean Stockman from Boys to Men, facial wise?
I have no idea. That's the AI.
AI fucking up. AI you got to tweak that AI, my dude. You got to tweak it up a little bit.
Whatever.
Because yeah, but it's a good clip though.
I'm gonna shut down because I'm ready to go to bed. I'd like to thank everybody that came through. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace. Yo, this is AB Media 83. To support the channel, hit the Cash App. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video. Also, be sure to hit that bell notification so you can be notified the next time I upload a live stream, video, or short. And always, always remember, guard your image, guard your peace. Keep it moving. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace.